And we're back here live in Manila, Arkansas, on the campus of Manila High School for the first conference game, 3A3 conference football game of the season for both the visiting Piggott Mohawks and the hometown Manila Lions. You see your captains out there, thanks to Brianna DeHart and her great camera work up there. I don't know if she can hear me or not. Captains is going to be number 11, Peyton McQueen. He's wearing that in honor of Eli Lackey, is my understanding. And we sure do love to see stuff like that. That is awesome, awesome stuff from a young kid doing something like that. So number 23, Billy Morris, is also out there. And number 1, I believe, is Tanner Miller. And I cannot see. I think it's 56, and that is Logan White for the Piggott Mohawks. And that 56 is very important to Piggott. We all remember Hunter Midkiff, and that was a good buddy of his from my understanding, number 56 in white, and that's why he wears that in honor of him. So 2 different sides, 2 jersey numbers in honor of 2 young men. That is pretty awesome stuff right there. My understanding is Eli Lackey will not be playing the rest of the season for Manila with a season-ending injury, and you hate to hear that. I tell you what, though, this Manila team has been on fire. They've been on a roll, 2-1 coming here in non-conference play. Did a fantastic job early on. And, of course, new coach, again, a lot of excitement. You're going to have that, but, man, they've proven it on the field. They have done an excellent job getting this season started off, giving the Manila fans something to be excited about. It's been a little while since Manila football has had the early success like that in non-conference, and give all the credit, obviously, to the players, the coach. We got Scott Townsend Jr. just coming in here. He's dirty, got oil everywhere, and he's got me a roster. Look at that. I'll be darned. Look at there. We're going to go down there to Marco, not Polo, Marco Flores. Look at that view right there, folks. Get you some of that. As the PA announcer here at Manila has the fans loud, has the fans proud, and here comes the Manila Lions. Fireworks going off here in Manila, land of cotton. Got 26 of you guys on with us right now on Facebook. We appreciate it. Don't forget, you can watch us on YouTube as well tonight on Mighty Manila Lions YouTube. If you got a smart TV at home, you simply hit that YouTube at, search that Mighty Manila Lions, and guys, you can kick off your shoes from the comfort of your home and watch some Friday Night Lights. Can't beat it. All right, guys. Sorry, I got a little message here I got to attend to here. Again, game number 1 of the conference season. Listen, all that non-conference stuff is great. It really is. But the truth is it means nothing. When you come to your conference season, it's a whole new season. Both these teams are essentially 0-0. And if you have goals, if you have an end goal of making that playoff, getting into the playoffs, maybe making a playoff run, it starts right here with the conference season. Here we go. I do believe that Manila is going to be receiving the opening kickoff here. And I believe that's number 2. Well, they've got Dustin Clark as number 3 on here, so I don't know who number 2 is, but number 2 and number 4, Kurt Overton. And we're being told that Colby Taylor is number 2. So Overton, Taylor back there. Set to kick for the Mohawks is going to be Ethan Ralph. You've heard his name a lot if you're in this conference. Very good player and also a good kicker. So here we go. Here we go. First game, Conference 3A3 action live from Manila, Arkansas. As Scott Townsend Jr. joins on the headset here.
Andy.
We meet again, my friend. We meet again. Spiral kick on that far side is going to go out of bounds.
Owned and operated by Tommy and Brooke Dunnigan, located at the corner of Baltimore and Olympia in Manila, the old-fashioned, family-owned hometown business carries plumbing, electrical, cleaning, and paint. Morning last year, them white jerseys that you couldn't hardly see. You remember that?
I do remember those.
We don't have that problem tonight.
Well, thank goodness. Maybe they hurt us. So, yeah, they were very, very tough.
No, we still got them.
Okay. you know, in college, they actually penalize you at the beginning of each quarter, and they actually take a timeout away for that. Of course, high school, there's no sanctions, I don't think, against numbers and jersey colors and all that stuff. So here we go. 1st and 10, Manila take over at their own 25-yard line. Scott, would you like to do a little play-by-play, or do you want to lead? Or
we'll just kind of go with the flow.
Okay,
Andy,
sounds good to me, man. Sounds good to me.
Just got here, rolled up.
You can tell, too, my man. How was work? It was work, okay. No comment.
Hey, I didn't get stopped on the way home, so we're good.
That's always good. Going from the left side to the right side is going to be Manila in black. Nice little cut up there, and I believe that is Overton. He's hit hard, though, and you see a big 56 there. That's White. He was a captain. So was Overton. He did get 2, maybe 3. There's going to bring up a 2nd down and 7 in our play clock. There we go. We got it fixed there. 38 on the play clock. If you're just tuning in with us, hit that share feed for the fine folks here at Manila. It's Cowboy Cowgirl night. That's the theme, and you'll see that later on. We'll try to get the cheerleaders on the camera. They've got their cowgirl hats on and loud and proud. Under center, that's going to be Tanner Miller. Nice little misdirection. In the backfield, those are a lot of Pickett Mohawks. I've seen 75 in there, and that's Lawson Tompkins. Couldn't tell who else was in there. They blew that one up. Scott is going to bring up a 3rd down and 10.
Yeah, Andy, that I don't really know what happened there. I don't know if the offensive line broke down or just a bad read.
That play did take a little longer to develop, and if you stay on your ground over there and good fundamentals on that far side, those ends, if they don't come crashing in, that play is going to be blown up like that. But if they start biting, though, it's going to go big time there on that far side. 3rd down and 10, 3-step drop. Oh, I think you zigged when you should have zagged type of thing there. Looking for the flag or the flag route, the out route, and they got a post instead. Incomplete pass, and tell you what, Pickett defense coming up big here early on.
Yeah, I was going to say Jordan Spray's going to come in from Manila to punt the ball. Andy, you know, we were down at Lepanto this year at the EPC game. He had nearly a 50-yard punt, you know, and that's a boot for high school.
I'm going to tell you something, Scott. I remember this kid as a sophomore, I think. And
then he didn't play his junior year.
I told you, I said, watch out for this kid, man. I seen something special in him. And then you're right. Last year I didn't see him, and I couldn't understand why I didn't see him on the sidelines. And he's back. He's a playmaker. He gets the punt on the opposite side of the field here. It's going to be down at the 40-yard line. Pickett will take over there. We'll see the Pickett Mohawk offense with 10:40 to go here in the opening quarter.
You know, Andy, I pulled up, like I said, 52 minutes from Memphis, Manila. That's pretty good.
How fast were you going, Scott? My goodness.
First one, make sure ain't no cops on there. It's too
You must
late
have
now.
some connections. You must have some connections there, my man.
Hey, one of my favorite things. You ain't first, you're last.
That's right, baby. Ricky Bobby. If you ain't first, you're last. Heck, you can be 2nd, 3rd, 4th. You can be 5th. Here we go. Pickett's going to take over again at their own 40. They've got 4 wide. Tailback to the left hip of number 12, Brian. I think that's Brian Poole. It is Brian Poole. And off that far side over the right tackle is going to be stopped. Good job by the Manila defense early on there.
Yeah, Andy, that's one thing I will say about Manila this year is the defense has stepped up tremendously. As you could probably see from points allowed even this year compared to last year.
Yeah, they looked really good. Honestly, this team could easily be 3-0 if it wasn't for a couple times. Oh, what a great jump. It's still caught, deflected up, caught. He's breaking a tackle, cutting it to the opposite side. He's going to cut up, spin move, finally going to be wrapped down. That is Ethan Ralph. Can we get an instant replay on that one? Holy hay bells, what a play there. That was number 3, and I believe number 3 is Dustin Clark. He got a hand there. He read that one out, sniffed it out really quick. Great job by Clark.
He said no replay at the moment. It's kind of messed up. So
he looked like Clark Kent. Put a cape on the back of that kid.
I tell you what, the defense read the wide receiver screen very quickly, and it nearly blew the play up.
Yes, they did. 3rd down and forever for the Mohawks. Scrambling.
Andy, I'm not sure who that was even intended for. That's what I was trying to find, someone in the vicinity.
Well, I'm going to tell you.
That's 4th and a mile, and it's going to return the favor.
That's 4th down in Blytheville to go, and I tell you what, Poole, sometimes you just throw it away there. Maybe that was his version of throwing it away.
You get pressure in the backfield, and right there as you're a quarterback, you definitely don't need a sack by no means. No,
that's the last thing you need here. It looks like Manila's bringing the kitchen sink. They're going to pin their ears back, it looks like, on this punt. Here they come. They got it. It's blocked. The ball is rolling to about the 5 yards. It's going to be picked up. Ball still on the ground. Manila falls on it. It's a touchdown, Manila.
Holy hay bells.
Holy cotton balls. Look at that. My goodness.
Looks like they're going to spot him down, Andy.
Well, if they're going to say that maybe they pushed it forward, but listen, he touched it, but he didn't have possession of it.
That looked like it was going to be number 23, Billy Morris. I don't even know if the kicker even really got it off the foot hardly.
I've always been heard you can't fumble a football forward, but he didn't fumble. He never had control of it.
That's what I was.
He never had control of that.
Up, yes. And the ball went back to rolling, Andy.
Don't know that he ever had control of that football, but either way, Manila has a great opportunity here. 1st down and goal from about the 3-yard line. That's going to be Tanner Miller under center. three backs behind him there. A little offset eye up the middle.
That's going to be Peyton McQueen. Touchdown, Lions! See some fireworks, Andy, down here on the end.
Hey, the black and gold strike with 9:20. Special teams turned into points right there for the Manila Lions. And I tell you what, when you bring 10 guys and you've got 10 guys up there, somebody better block there. I'm telling you right now, it's 10 on 10, and that's not easy, man.
You know, Andy, that's what we had a return man back, and I was trying to count numbers. But Piggott also was playing, you know, the safe part of a block. They had everybody packed tightly. Looks like that's going to be deflected.
Now, is the referee going to chase that football down? Let's see if we get a ball boy out there. Or they're just going to leave it? I think they're going to eat it. Just eat it. Leave it alone. Let it be. Let it be. It's too far out there for us to go jogging.
You know, earlier, like I said, this year we were down at, you know, Lepanto and got to see good old JR.
Yeah, J.R. Roller.
He was down there officiating the game, and it was found out, what was it, the next week, and he messaged us, and you know, I got talking to him and said, I tested positive for COVID. I said, oh.
Yep.
So hopefully he's, you know.
He is. He's doing better. He's doing better, and, of course, that bit us. That's why I'm here tonight. That bit us this week. We were scheduled to play Osceola, and a little COVID outbreak, and just didn't work out, so – hopefully everybody's going to be fine for next week. We actually travel right here to Manila next week, so hopefully everything's going to be all right. So here we go. It's 6-0 early on.
Yeah, Andy, I'll be honest with you. You know, normally extra points and kicking we've been good, but right here has been some of our money this year's onside kicks. You know,
oh, wow.
Y'all had a guy a couple years
Rocky
ago.
Flores, yeah.
You know, and you can see right here is everyone's coming to our side more.
Mason Mullen, I think. Is that Mason Mullen?
Mason Mullins. And
M Square, M&M.
He's going to boot it down the right side.
I tell you what, if he lets that go, it goes out of bounds. He picks it up, though. That's going to be number 7, Emerson. But
there's going to be a horse collar on number 12 for Manila, Jordan Spray.
Well, maybe that's why he picked it up. He knew he was going to get a little extra yardage off a penalty.
We got a line hurt over here. Looks like going to be number 23, Billy Morris. The one that blocked the punt a while ago.
Fisher Francis on with us. We appreciate Fish from Corning there. We got Billy Nathan, Overby Slaughter. We got Twilla Martin and John Alacki on as well. Twilla said, I saw Jordan Blake Spray. We did too. Spray's a good ball player.
Yeah, you know, Eli Lackey, you know, he was one of our main players, and he tore his ACL. Surgery was successful today, so
that's good to hear.
It's just time for recovery. And
that's really good to hear. I didn't know that. I'd heard that obviously he had the surgery. Didn't know if it was today or yesterday.
The backfield, as you know, that's Kurt Overton there on the tackle as Brent Wilson was chasing him.
I tell you, everything that could go wrong for Piggott early on has. They had the one quick 3-and-out stop on defense. But, man, offensively right now, it looks like a liability for Piggott right now. They're really struggling. They're really struggling right now on the offense end. It's second down and about 13, maybe 14.
You know, and Piggott's not very small. I mean, they've got some big kids, tall kids, as you would expect, you know, to.
Yeah, and I'm going to tell you something. You got to watch out for that Ethan Ralph kid and this Emerson kid. Those guys.
There on the tackle for the Lions.
If you get those guys out there on the edge one-on-one with no safety, they can high point that football. Really, Piggott got a lot of their offense last year from those two guys and the deep threat, and we'll see if they do that here because it is 3rd down and 12, and those boys are on the top side of your screen there, number 7 and number 1.
Spread formation, man in motion, play action. Nice defense there. It's going to be number 2. Strip the ball. The ball's on the ground.
Ball is stripped loose.
Manila lines the ball. As you know, Andy, he was pulling for it the entire time.
Here's the thing. You can do that when the cavalry comes because if you don't wrap up there and you're by yourself, you're in trouble. But if you wrap up, wait for the cavalry, then start pulling, you can do that. You can get away with that, and he did. Hey, how about the opportunistic Manila defense here we've had two big plays, one on defense, one on special teams. It's not just the offense here. They're winning every little category right now of this football game.
You know, and early in the game, that's what you want, especially, you know, home conference opener and momentum going.
Man in motion there up the middle. That's Peyton McQueen. He's got a hole. He's got a lot of room. He's going to cut it back diagonal. Near side field to the 30, to the 25, to the 20. It's a foot race. He's got 1 minute. He's going to bring him down at about the 8-yard line, but after a first down. Bringing him down, I believe, was number 8, but we don't have an 8 on our well, I couldn't tell who that was. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, Andy, let me see here.
But great job by McQueen there.
The first and goal from the 10 for the
You know, he cut back, Andy, and got himself an extra. You know, he's usually like a fullback and a middle linebacker, but that was speed.
Go in this opening quarter. Manila looking to go up by 2 scores so early on.
First quarter.
Hey, the crowd's into it. They're standing. The majority of them are standing right now, which is really neat to see in the first quarter.
That's going to be Kurt Overton cutting up. Non-touched, Andy.
I want to talk about the blocking. Can we get a replay? Is our replay system working, Landon? I guess it's not. But listen, I'm going to tell you, the blocking out there in the boundary was impeccable. I mean, it really was. You had your tight end out there, your running back. They did a heck of a job. All Overton had to do was just find the holes, and he was slicing, dicing, kind of carving his way through there.
Absolutely. And, you know, that's what you say, blocking. A lot of people think, well, someone has so many rushing yards, so many touches, so many carries. It takes a lot from the blocking as well. So the line's going to go for 2. Tanner Miller back. Intercepted on the 2-point conversion.
2-point conversion is no good.
All right, guys, we hope you can hear us a little better there. 12-0, 6:53 to go here in the opening quarter from the land of Cotton, Manila, Arkansas, on the campus of Manila High School. It is Cowboy Cowgirl night, the theme, and we'll try to get that on camera here later on if we can. A lot of cowboy hats, cowgirl hats, a plethora of them, if you will.
Yeah, Landon said he was going up top there, Andy, having a little difficulty.
Okay. Well, we hope you guys can hear us. We hope you can see us. If you can't, let us know. We're doing everything we can here to get this. Well, I should say Landon is doing everything he can. We ain't doing anything. We're just sitting here yapping.
You know, and that's what, you know, a lot of people don't think about it. There's a lot more going into this than just a couple of chords and some video.
Oh, I promise you.
We found that out the hard way, and I know you have. And
yeah, I was at Salem last week. I got there at 11 and didn't get fully set up by myself till about 5:30. Yeah, rough time. So I promise you, I know all about that, and so do you guys. Here we go again. Hey, this is M&M, Mr. Mason Mullen. Scott mentioned the onside kicks. Will we see one here? Be very interesting. 12-0 lead. You wouldn't think.
I'm going to say with the defense, the way it's playing.
Yes. Yep. Picked up by Ralph over there in the far side. He's going to cut it across the middle. He's got a lot of room. Good blocking up the middle. He brings it out near midfield, about the 48-yard line, and the Piggott Mohawks will take over from there with 6:46 to go in the opening quarter.
12-0 Manila here early in the ball game. As you know, Andy, that's what I was trying to look. You know, I walked in from this end, so I didn't get to see the crowd down there, but from here this way it's packed.
Yeah, I think the student section is really, they're loud, they're proud right now. We can hear them. You can see them standing up the whole time. But even this side over here, and I understand that Manila, coming from Corning, we know that Manila isn't necessarily a football school, so it's really cool to see that, to see the butts and the seats in the football stadium here.
Absolutely. Nice tackle there by number 22, Gabe Bennett. You know, Andy, and some people say, you know, coaches can change cultures, and obviously Kane White has changed the culture around here, especially from last year, as you could tell.
Absolutely, 100%, man. These kids believe. Listen, a great leader doesn't necessarily get you to believe in him. He gets his kids to believe in themselves. And right now these kids do. They believe in themselves. They believe they should be up 12-0, and they believe they should get a stop right here.
Nowhere to go. That's going to be number 56, Brandon Parrish.
How about the senior right there on the first conference home game of the season? Showing up and showing out. He packed his lunch and packed a punch on that play right there. He got in the backfield in a hurry.
Yeah, you know, Manila has volleyball, and we did a volleyball game the other night. You know, our first year for senior varsity volleyball, and they're over 500, Andy. That's
awesome, man.
No, you know, 2 juniors and 7 sophomores.
Wow, that's a young team. So, hey, a bright future, too. Of course, you're just starting it, though. It's not easy, though. Kind of a broken play there. He just needs to throw it away, and he finally does. We almost threw it into the hands of number 50, or 22, I should say, Gabe Bennett.
Yeah, Brent Wilson was chasing the quarterback there. I don't think he knew he was right behind him, Andy.
Tell you, Brian Poole is, man, he's getting hit. Poole's getting hit hard. Like you jump off the high dive and hit the water pretty hard in a pool. Well, Mr. Poole's getting hit hard right now by Manila. 4th and long here. Now, what do you do here, Scott? 4th and 9. Your offense has struggled. They're going to punt, it looks like.
You know, and you can see Manila's kind of playing safe.
I think they're playing for the return here, or just to make sure they're not faking it.
I mean, you got 8 to 9 yards. You got a lot of play.
That's a good punt right there. It's going to go down to about the 15, be taken there by number
Dustin
2.
Clark.
Good return. Hard hit on that far side. Hope everybody's okay there, man. That was number 7. That was Hayden Emerson coming in. Hard hit by number 7. They had him wrapped up, and Emerson came in and plowed him down there.
You know, Andy, I think that's one reason there's a lot of players get hurt because, you know, you get that pile up or you get someone to slow them up and you get somebody running in full blast and just open shot.
Yeah.
That's football, though.
It is. And sometimes the officials, when they see that pile kind of stop, that scrum where it's not going forward or backwards, they'll blow that whistle pretty quick.
We'll have to get on our chain gang over. It's first down. I got 4 over.
Yeah.
That's old Spencer Kane over slacking on us. There we go.
Yeah, he pulled them both.
4 to 2. I'm going to tell him, where'd you go to school at?
Good math there. Good math. Hey, 2nd down and a long 9 here for Manila. Good job by the Pickett defense there. I tell you, actually, Pickett's defense hasn't played bad.
Just a couple plays.
You know, seriously, down here, and, of course, the block punt, they can't. Those 6 points are not on them, I don't think.
That's on special teams. That's on your line. You don't get hitting the backfield there, Dustin Clark.
Man, great job by Piggott getting back here in a hurry. See 56 Logan White in there. There's a couple of the guys in there before him as well, but great job by Piggott defense. Listen, this is going to bring up a 3rd down and really long.
You know, if you're Manila right here, I think the most important thing is obviously you want to try to get a 1st down, but you got to protect the ball, especially where you're at.
Yes.
With the momentum you've got going up 12-0, you don't want to have a turnover.
Exactly. And
they're going to come out in a shotgun spread formation, Andy. It's a little different.
Pickett's offense has struggled early on. A little out pattern. It's caught. I don't think it's enough for the 1st down. But great job there by Gabe Bennett and good throw on the run. It's going to bring up probably 4th and 7, I would say, Scott.
Yeah, I would expect a
punt here.
Yeah, like I said, you're pretty much controlling the game right now, Andy, on both sides of the ball, offense and defense.
The last thing you want to do is give an offense that struggled a little bit of momentum with good field position. You don't want them to ignite in a hurry.
I was looking at Piggott earlier. You know, they're 0-3 on the year is what I found.
They played a St. Pie team up in Missouri that looks a lot better than they did last year. They played a 4A Highland team as well. Can't remember. I think it was maybe Mark Tree.
They got beat by Mark Tree last week.
I think that was the other one. Yes, sir.
And, you know, Manila beat Mark Tree a few weeks ago about the same as they beat Piggott. So, I mean, that was kind of – what was that going to be down about the 42?
42, maybe, yeah.
So that's big hopes, you know, especially if you're a player, you know, like we've done beat Mark Tree and Mark Tree turned around and beat them, you know, that's confidence.
Sure, there's always those common opponents. Of course, as a coach, you know that, listen, different schemes, different nights. Plus, I know that Piggott, I mean, there was one night I think they had 15 players because of whether injuries or COVID or whatever it may have been.
Me and Landon actually spoke to Kane White earlier this week at the volleyball game beforehand, and he said, you know, you can't look at what they did the week before. You just day-to-day, game, you play just like they're undefeated.
Yeah, and some teams match up better against others, too. Keep that in mind.
That was a complete breakdown by the offensive line, and I don't know how
My
He
goodness.
got some positive yards out of it, Andy.
How about Brian Poole there? I have no idea how he gained anything, much less. I thought that was going to be a loss of about 3-4, a big sack by about 3 different Manila Lions. My goodness. Great job, and as soon as he got the contact, he was chopping those feet. Tabitha Hampton says, I can hear you good. We appreciate you, Tabitha, for tuning in with us tonight. 2:40 to go here in this opening quarter. Piggott, second down and about 5. Man in motion, I believe that's Emerson. It is. Handoff up the middle. He's going to be wrapped up in a hurry. Big 62, Brent Wilson, the senior. 6'3", 235, and he landed all 235 pounds on the carrier there. Man, Johnson Walker just has not had room to run tonight. 2:18. You got a third and about 6 if you're Piggott here.
Yeah, Andy, I was talking to Coach Edgar down there. He's a new girls basketball coach.
Oh, very good, very good.
And he's new this first year, so figured kind of towards the end of halftime after we get our sponsors in, there's going to be a holding, I'm sure. There's 3 flag, and there's one on this side.
But the one on this side won't be good for somebody because that was an unsportsmanlike.
Yeah, both players were on the ground. I don't know which one. It's always
the second person. Yeah, it's always the second person that gets caught. But this will be really interesting, though, on this side. We understand what the hold was, or we assume hold or block in the back. It was a hold.
And the official here is pointing towards Piggott. So how does that work? A holding and then an unsportsmanlike after the play would be an extra 15.
The unsportsmanlike will be if it's an unsportsmanlike, but he's not signaling anything. Is he picking up his flag, or is he just calling the holding?
Well, yeah, this one he already signaled to the official.
Yeah, I think he either picked up his flag or he was just saying he's seen the hold as well. I'm not sure, but very interesting there. Or maybe he decided, hey, after throwing it, maybe it wasn't as bad as he thought it was.
Now it's 3rd and long.
Forever. 3rd and forever. 3rd and Blytheville to go for Piggott here.
You know, we even brought up the good old ping pong not long ago.
Yeah,
we didn't really get there last year because COVID.
Yeah, I'm excited.
That's going to be offsides on Manila, or it's going to be.
Yeah.
Was that initiating the defense?
They get 5 more yards back here. That you go from 3rd and 16 to about 3rd and 11. Still a long, long way to go for Piggott, especially with the offense that we've seen so far from Piggott. Listen, I watched some off-season scrimmages, some 7-on-7s with Piggott. They do like to air it out, but I'll be honest, they kind of struggled in the off-season with a new quarterback. A few new faces on this Piggott offense. And hey, I tell you what, you keep doing that though. Depends on who they're going to call it on here. They're going to say defense, I believe. Their best offense tonight has been the laundry on the field so far.
That's going to be 5 more yards. So now you just had a 3rd and
16 probably.
16, 17. Now you're down to 3rd and 7, and that's tighten the screws up a little bit there.
That's what I'm saying. That's their best. I would probably hard count the rest of the night if I'm Piggott. Now, Manila's being very aggressive. They're pinning their ears back. Now, if you're Piggott, what do? Screen passes, quick slants, whatever it may be, running back out of the backfield, offset that very aggressive
got hit hard
defense.
In the backfield there. Minor 56, and then helps him up. That's going to be Brandon Parrish. It's quarterback. Yeah. You know what? Piggott is really big on the outside, but their line is very small.
I agree.
And we're pretty big on the line
compared
to them.
What I've noticed here early on, it's not those guys that center and guards for Piggott that's kind of the walls breaking. This pressure is coming from the outside. And speaking of pressure, they're about to bring some pressure again, it looks like. And that's Manila.
A loaded box. And how in the world he didn't?
I have no idea how he I have no idea how he didn't get it. Of course, you want to be careful because if you jump into him and you miss it, that's a penalty.
So, my understanding, if you even touch the ball at all, you can hit him, correct?
Yeah, you can land into him, obviously. Well, I say that you can't, as you're coming down, hit him with your helmet to helmet, but yes.
I didn't know until a few years ago that, you see a lot of punters that do rugby style.
Yeah.
But once they're in motion, it's free game. There's no roughing the kicker because they're technically then a runner.
A runner, there you go. And that's just the same thing about a bad snap, too.
Yeah, and that's dangerous if you're trying to kick and someone's,
Oh, yeah, very dangerous, yeah. But if you get the pressure coming up the middle like that, like they have been, that may be your saving grace to get the heck out of Dodge, too.
Wish we had a sky cam on that. I just really like to know how close he was. It's going to be Peyton McQueen up the middle. Moving the sticks.
Here's what I like about Peyton. He understands his strengths. He knows he's not the fastest guy out there. So what does he do? The first open hole he sees, he cuts it up. He cuts it up and gets north and south as quick as he can, and he starts running downhill. And, I mean, he's really running downhill. I've seen that tonight. He hasn't tried to bounce some of these on the outside, and I've seen some outside opportunities there, but he knows his strengths. He finds that one cut, cuts it up quick, and he gets downhill.
Speaking of McQueen last year.
Big time on defense last year.
Absolutely. Aired it out. Not sure how he didn't get called for pass interference. I thought he was going to break away there, Dustin Clark.
I'm going to tell you, Dustin Clark, obviously give Miller the credit for throwing it up and giving an opportunity, but that's all Dustin. That's DC all day right there.
Absolutely.
Had a guy on him, essentially went up, high-pointed it, and then broke 2 tackles. Darn near broke it for a touchdown. Obviously, it's one-on-one out there. They're trying to stop this run with no safety. But, man, you may start kind of shading to his side if that's going to be there tonight. And good defense by Piggott, really. I mean, he was there.
I don't know if McQueen might have got shaken up earlier. He's sitting over here. Breaking up the middle, there's Kobe Taylor, untouched. Touchdown, Lions! They just shot out of the backfield like a cannon, like that.
Yeah, like that right there. Boy, they're having fun, aren't they? I tell you what, Manila's enjoying this right now.
They better slow down. They're going to have to go to Boomland or something to get some more.
I guarantee you, man, they shot off several when we first started, and every touchdown since.
Wow.
First quarter's not over, and they got a 3-possession lead. Now, as a coach, though, sometimes the hardest thing is keeping your guys on that gas pedal for the full quarter when you got that big of a lead.
And, I'm the kind of person, I get, not trying to, run, score, or this or that. Brian Nails tackled in the backfield. The 2-point conversion is no good. But on stuff like that, that's not running the score up to me. You just run right up the middle, nobody touches you. You don't just fall down.
Oh, yeah. Well, in the first quarter, you're going to score as many as you can in the first quarter. I mean,
first half.
Yeah, everyone's out there. You don't have a clue what's going to happen in the second half. I mean, you're one injury away from something really bad going, and you just never know, man. So, yeah, you got to give it everything. We've got Deborah Donner says, thanks, Andy, for helping out. Absolutely. Karen Valentine says, way to go. John Lackey says, touchdown Lions. And Tula Martin says, awesome.
So, Miss John Lackey, that's her son is actually one that had surgery today.
Oh, okay. Very good.
So, I seen Eli liked our page earlier, and I'm sure he's at home watching on TV, wishing he was out here. But
that's tough, man. I've been there before.
But I can tell you right now, when he was on the sideline, and he will be back on the sideline, he will be their biggest supporter and cheer for him. That's just the way Eli is. He's here if he's not here, if that makes sense.
Yeah, you love the high-character kids like that. It's not easy watching from the sideline either, I promise you. When you know you could be out there making a difference, it is really tough.
Andy, luckily he's a junior, so he still gets to come back next year, play his senior year. That's really close to the sideline. I thought he would have let it go again, but
I did too. Maybe that's why he didn't right there. Here we go, and that is Ethan Ralph down the near sideline of the 25, the 20. One man to beat. He's got the angle on him. He's not going to get there. Touchdown, Piggott. And that's what they needed right there. They needed that in a bad way.
So we talked about special teams a while ago. We got a special teams both ways.
I tell you what, I don't know how you could have 2 bigger special teams plays in one quarter as you can right there. That's impeccable. That's impressive on both sides.
I'd like to see, which we don't have replay, but I don't know, other than the first 10 yards, I don't think he ever got touched.
He scores in flag football. Yeah, he scores in flag football there, I'm pretty sure. And hey, Ethan Ralph did it a lot last year. That kid can ball, and you give him open space, he's very dangerous. This is an intriguing formation here. You got Stacks to the near side. There's a tight end on that far side that's eligible too.
Wow.
Bad snap, though, and there's a pre-snap penalty
on
the defense. Wow.
Is they're going to call it on the defense. Nobody touched him. That's what they're telling him. Why?
Tell you what, this is a redemption here for the center. He gets another shot for the snap. He's very thankful that flag came out.
Oh, if not, quarterback was fixing it.
And I think that was Joe Carpenter, kind of a change of pace there, and I don't think he's going to be out there.
It's a complete different formation what we saw on the previous.
Well, now you're down to essentially a yard.
Quarterback sneak.
Possibly. Maybe a fullback up the middle.
Yeah, number 33. Yeah, it looked like he got in.
I think he did. Good job there, number 33. And do not have 33 on the roster. We apologize. Yes, we do. We've got it. Kyler Smith is at the very bottom down there, senior. Good job by Kyler Smith, the 5'9", 180 tailback. Coach Don Simmons went old-style Piggott there, just smash-mouth football, and they got it done. 22 seconds to go in the first quarter. We've had a lot of fireworks off the field and on the field. 26 points scored between the two teams.
You know,
man.
Andy, I know I'm going to go and bring this up. You're a diehard Razorback fan.
Oh, absolutely.
And then Landon's over here not giving his 2 cents. You know, what I really think it's going to be a really good ball game tomorrow.
I really do. Listen, anytime you have a neutral site field like that, your first SEC game, listen, Texas A&M is very physical. We know that. Probably even more physical than Texas was on those lines. But I'm going to tell you something. Those defensive and offensive lines for the Razorback has impressed me the most. How many teams can have 4 or 5 guys run for 75 yards, average 5 yards a carry against a team like that? It's unbelievable.
You know I'm not a Razorback fan, but
I won't hold that against you.
But this is probably the best team that y'all have had. I'm saying all-around team in a long time.
Well, I think it's too early to tell that, though, to be honest with you. We really don't know what Texas is just yet. I hate preseason rankings.
Yeah.
We really don't know what they are just yet.
So what do y'all have? Texas A&M this week?
And then it's at Georgia. Then it's at Ole Miss. And then it's rough. It's rough.
So
you
got
Auburn.
Next 4 to 6 weeks.
And we always are the toughest schedule in college football, it seems like. And again this year. But that's okay. Hey, we like it that way.
That's a lefty kick. Dustin Clark's going to return it, just kind of waiting to find a hole there, it looked like, Andy, and he might be one trip up.
Ethan Ralph with a shoestring touchdown saving tackle right there. Wow.
There's got a flag, 2 flags here. We had a really, really late flag.
Possibly a block in the back on the late flag.
And Coach Bailey here is talking to Billy Morris. So if it is against Manila, I'm going to say that's who it was on because he was the only one in the vicinity the last.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to tell you something. Clark did everything you're not supposed to do on kickoff return. You're not supposed to wait, but he did, and it worked. It worked.
He just kind of chilling there for.
But we're going to see what the laundry on the field is. Here comes our head official. Got a personal foul against Manila and a personal foul against Piggott.
So
those are offset. Yeah, offsetting.
So,
little chippy out there.
Yeah, that's
we can't.
It's still early to be chippy.
Well, and it may be chirpy and chippy. We can't obviously hear from up here, but it's definitely chippy, evidently, because we've had a couple of them after the play was over at the whistle. There's a difference between playing to the whistle and through the whistle, and then about 2 seconds after the whistle.
That's for sure.
We've seen a little bit of that early on here. 13 seconds in the first quarter.
That's Peyton McQueen, and he just literally completely lost it. There was no.
He's beating himself up there. I'm going to tell you something. Here's what he did there, and we don't have a replay to see this for sure, but I think he reached out to grab that football. You can't do that. You got to keep that basket, keep that arm up, that elbow up.
Try to move almost with that,
He tried to grab it essentially and get it quicker. He seen the end coming. That was number 7, Emerson. Big play by Hayden Emerson there. And I tell you, if Emerson could have stayed on his feet, who knows? He may still be running like Forrest Gump. He just could have kept running out by the concession stand, jumped the fence, and kept going.
You know, if you're Manila right here, I think you're still okay because, I mean, offensively.
They've struggled. Let's just be honest with you. They've struggled. Yep.
They had to kick off return a while ago, play action.
He's got a man open if he gets it up, and he does. That's Ralph. It's going to be – oh, he dropped it. Ooh, if you're Poole, you're saying, come on, man,
help me out just a little. I'm not asking for a whole lot, you know. I'm
going to tell you something. If Ralph would have kept with a post, he had Clark turned there. But, of course, the play was for a flag. But if he'd have kept with a post, holy spitwads, he was open. Hey, good throw there by Poole. Good route by Ralph. He just couldn't quite bring it in. And I think we got Eli Lackey on there. That's pretty cool, man. I'll let you read that one.
Yeah, so that's actually about Eli Lackey. That's him commenting. That's actually his number.
That's what I'm saying.
So that's why McQueen is wearing it tonight in honor of him.
Yep.
So.
Man, all of a sudden, Piggott's offense is figuring some things out. That was number 33. Again, that's Kyler Smith up the middle.
That will be the end of the first quarter, Andy. 18-8.
Tell you what, we've had some exciting plays here early on.
I'm sitting there looking at that's pretty quick first quarter, I thought.
Yeah, I think so too, man. Absolutely. quick first quarter, and if you're from Manila, they had some quick scores. They scored 18 unanswered, and they were up 18-0 there. Piggott with the special teams, a big special teams play. I tell you, Coach Don Simmons, good coach over there. Now he's gonna change up some stuff here. He's gonna obviously do everything he can to dissect this Manila defense. He knows they're aggressive right now. We'll see if Coach Kane and company continue to be aggressive here in the second quarter.
Absolutely.
There it is. Yeah,
that's I'm trying to see it. It kind of looks like Costner Smith. I know here's a lot right here of our volleyball team. That's Costner Smith, senior or junior. He's on the basketball team at Ty Wagner's brother from last year.
Absolutely.
And, you brought up Jake the Snake, a couple years, a silky sophomore at the time,
Baltimore, is that right?
Yeah. Just so happy, my nephew. So everybody's like, why don't you brag on him? Well,
you need to.
I do brag.
I'm mad that you haven't.
Hey, I try to treat all the kids equal,
I understand.
It's hard not to.
And speaking of equaling, Piggott's trying to equal the aggressive nature by Manila's defensive line here on that front line. A good run that last time. They need another one, though, 3rd and 3 here.
Speaking of Jake Snake, he's one of them Cowboys down there I see over here to my right. Got to the outside, got some running room. There's probably going to be a holding, I would guess, Andy.
Well, you don't want to bring him down by the back of the shoulder pads there. You'll get another penalty.
They said they was going to be down.
I actually think he stepped out of bounds. And what's weird is there's only one official that was even watching the rest of that play.
The rest of
them were down here looking at each other because they seen a hold or a clip here. We'll see what the call is. Holding against Piggott.
So where that's at, Andy, is so deep past the first down.
I tell you what's crazy there is you're right.
It might result in a first down.
I think the hold, I'll be honest with you, I think the hold was after he had the first down. There was really no sense in it, and it was a great play call. Ralph did a great job of getting the boundary there, and the initial blocking was good. It was that second boundary where they moved from the D-line to the linebackers and the D-backs, and that's where the holding came in.
So they lost.
That's tough.
Instead of gaining 40 yards, Andy, you turn around and you lose 2 to 3 yards off a hold when there's really no point of holding after you're that far.
He had the first down. He really did, and that's tough, man. But here, high school football is the little things. It's the small things, man. It's making that little block there on the punt earlier that let the guy go through up the middle and block it. It's just the small things in high school football that mean the difference.
I noticed Manila ran out to our right on the south a while ago. That's the new field house down here.
Okay.
They moved their lockers there last weekend.
Very good. Hey, it's giving them some good luck. I'd keep doing it.
Bad snap.
Poole did the right thing there. Just get on the ground, get on the football. You try to make something else there happen. You fumble it, you kick it, whatever, and you got a big mess. And you already have a big mess, obviously. But
that's going to be Brent Wilson and Brian Neal getting back there. So this is a definite punt situation for Piggott. Are they going to bring the house again?
Man, they've been so close. You might as well. And look, the field position right here would be great if you got it.
We even got a cowgirl in here.
There we go. We do. A live cowgirl here in the booth with us. And they are bringing the kitchen sink, and it's going to work. That's what happens. It puts a lot of pressure on the snapper to get it just right. And I tell you what, that's Piggott's probably 3rd or 4th bad snap. If you start taking and accounting for the negative yardage, I'm not sure they have positive yardage tonight. I really don't. They've had 2 really good plays. They have 2 or 3 really good plays, but they've had 6, 7 really bad plays that have went backwards.
It doesn't matter if you've got a great quarterback or a great halfback. If you can't get a good snap, it's not really going to matter.
It's irrelevant.
That's just part of football.
I was talking about our center at Corning last week, and I said, we never mentioned him, and that's a good thing for a center. When you don't hear his name a lot, that's a good thing because he's doing his job.
That's going to be Jordan Spray getting back to the line of scrimmage, it looks like.
Now, I know he didn't get any yards there, but I'm going to tell you something about that.
He fought to get back.
Scott, a couple years ago, I'm going to tell you what Jordan Spray would have done because I've seen it. He would have cut that thing as far out as he could and then probably would have lost yardage. He was always, it seemed like to me, great kid, always trying to break it on that one play and get that edge. And, hey, he's getting tougher now. He's trying to put it up the middle. I like that.
They're going to give it to McQueen.
McQueen with the carry. He 3rd down for the line.
Looks like I might got to pick up a couple yards here, Andy. And this is obviously your fourth down territory. You're almost one of them. You ain't got to get it all here. Try to get majority of it.
I was just going to say this is 2-down territory. You don't have to abandon the run here. Obviously, the Miller to Clark connection looked pretty good earlier, and
I wouldn't put it past them either to put Kurt Overton in and try to let him kick a field goal. So, and that's something you don't see a lot. And
No.
This is a Wildcat formation. That's Dustin Clark back there. As he literally had nowhere to go. It met in the backfield, and it cuts back up the field to pick up a first down.
Well, I tell you what, that's a first down and goal for Manila. Good job by Clark getting north and south really fast. He's coming off the field hobbling just a little bit. We hope he's okay. So the last thing you want to see is that kid. He's been a playmaker, dynamite tonight. I've noticed that this year it seemed like Manila has some really good skill position players that we haven't seen a whole lot of that in the past. And the line's holding up, too. I mean, this is a pretty complete team here. Coach Kane wants a timeout. Is he going to get it? I think he is.
Yeah, as you see Dustin here on the sideline, it looks like might be kind of cramping up Andy about the 40-yard line. That's going to be Manila's first time out of the half.
Boy, you hope that's a cramp there for number 2. You really do. The last thing you want is a sprained ankle or anything like that. He's trying to get that shoe off right now. He's been dynamite for them tonight. I tell you what, I haven't checked, but I assume that we're still going to have 5 teams make the playoffs this year from our conference. So if you win this one, obviously you're a step ahead already, assuming everything plays out like you hope it does. So you start counting those wins, and before you know it,
so
2, 3, 4 conference wins, you're going to be in the playoffs, man. That's a big deal for Manila.
How does it work this year on, like I know a lot of college, if, with COVID, if you can't play, you forfeit?
Yeah, whoever has, so like us at Corning this week, we had the COVID outbreak, so because of
Y'all
that,
had to forfeit?
we had to forfeit the game.
Obviously, and I've wondered how that's going to work because last year they tried to reschedule and make up, but it just
didn't work, man. It's so hard.
No.
It really is.
Well, you don't want no teams playing 2 games a week.
Yeah,
and just battling and bruising. And
exactly. They talk about player safety. That's definitely
Brian
something.
Neal cutting up the field. He might have got in, Andy.
I think he did, buddy.
Wow. Nice second effort there by Brian Neal.
Man, I tell you what, that's a great effort by number 2, Owen Black. He was on the attack, that's for sure, chopping them feet until he got that ball across that goal line. And he's excited, and rightfully so.
Little delay down here.
Well, I'm going to tell you something. You get out there and you're in charge of those fireworks, your hands get to shaking a little bit, that lighter all of a sudden goes down on you. It's a tough job now.
Andy, I shot fireworks. It's probably been 5 years ago, before I got into broadcasting. And
yeah.
My biggest thing is, you don't ever think there's no wind, but
Oh.
I'll be dang when you get ready to light it. It's like you get a breeze and you can't get it lit, and then it finally lights and they're fixing to start a play and you got one go off. So 25-8 Manila. Still early here in the second quarter.
Sorry there, I had a couple different messages there I was trying to answer. Big lead here from Manila, but there's a lot of football left to play, and it kind of seemed like Piggott kind of had something going there on offense before they kind of shot themselves in the foot a couple of times with bad snaps and untimely penalties. We'll see if they can answer back here real quick. If you're Piggott, you really need an answer here.
I'm sitting here looking. Manila could really do an onside kick. Closest to us, Andy's, there's really nobody at all over here.
You essentially have 6 on 3 is what you have. You've got 6 on 3.
All it takes is one person to miss, and you're
Yep.
Mason Mullen with the nice kick, but nice return there by Piggott as well.
I tell you what, the kick coverage team for Manila, I'm not sure if they're being so aggressive that they're missing and whiffing or what it is, but man, they're looking for the big, dynamite hit or what. But I tell you, this Piggott kick return team's been their best offense tonight.
Absolutely.
As Piggott will take over their own 41-yard line. 1st and 10, 9:14 to go in this second quarter. See if they can get this snap figured out here for Piggott. Shotgun formation, man in motion. They hand off. It's going to be a double handoff. Far side of Ralph. Good job there, and I think he got about 3 on the play. Good job by the opposite side there.
Kurt Overton and Kobe Taylor there on the tackle.
Yeah, on that weak side there, they stayed home. They didn't bite.
Usually in high school, you don't see that.
It's
a big shift one way, and then once you get that.
Everybody has keys. They start watching those keys, and they're going the opposite way, and the next thing you know, you got to put on the brakes. But they did a good job there on that opposite side. Pulling company trying to get something going here. Handoff up the middle. In fact, now they've got number 2 in there. I believe. No, that's still 12. I apologize. Let's still pull it.
It'll be Brent Wilson and Brandon Parrish from Manila.
We'll see if we see some pressure here from Manila. 3rd down and about 6.
I'd expect to see the ball in the air from Piggott here.
Yeah, they've struggled to throw it with accuracy tonight. They did have the one throw to Ralph there in that corner that was just dropped, but we'll see what Piggott decides to do.
They're going to hand it back off. Broken tackle. Still a few yards short, Andy, but here, if you're Piggott, the way your snapping's been and the puntings go, I mean, you only need a couple yards. They are going to punt the ball, Andy. You see number 1.
Yeah.
What do you think he's telling them? Look, guys, just give me 3 seconds.
Well, here's what I'm doing. I'm putting Ralph back there. And if they bring the kitchen sink again like take off, man. Take off. Because I'm telling you, they're all – and the pressure isn't coming from the outside. It's coming from the middle. If you're going to do that again, I'm Andy, going, man.
They're going to go for it, it looks like here. 4th and 3, down 25-8 early in the second quarter. So they're almost at midfield.
May try to draw them off sides here, too. And they did.
That's going to be Kurt Overton for the Lions jumping off sides.
Scott, I think that's the 4th offsides by Manila here in the first half.
You know, and the coaching staff sitting here knowing it's going to happen. And if you're a player, you know, you got to be waiting for that.
Whether they're trying to time the cadence, maybe they picked up something in film, I don't know. Maybe they're trying to time the cadence or like a hand gesture, something they've seen on film. But either way, at some point, you got to have your eye on that football, especially on the boundaries. Inside the interior line here, you got guys that flinch and stuff. I can see that. You can hear the voice a little bit better on the cadence. But outside, you've got to be able to see that football.
5 wide. Brent Wilson getting pressure back there. Somehow able to make the throw and catch.
How did he get that football off, Scott? My goodness. That was number 62 back there.
Wilson.
Brent Wilson was all over him. I have no idea. Wow.
He's got to come off for one play as his helmet come off. You know, he's gave the quarterback all he's want.
Absolutely. He's been back here a lot tonight. He really has.
That's what you see some players on the sideline that are saying, look, let's get your helmet fixed. You know, you need to get back in there.
Does Piggott have 12 on the field there? I was counting over the middle, and it's going to be deflected. Who was that, Overton?
That's going to be Overton. And, Andy, there was a Piggott receiver didn't even know that the ball was thrown, and then one was looking, and I think it hit the other guy in the back.
What was strange there, both of them were in the same area. That was kind of odd. Yeah, that was kind of odd. Man.
As you can see, Josh Ball hustling off the field there, letting Brent Wilson get back in.
Yeah, they want that pass rush from Wilson. He's done a great job tonight. 3rd and short here for Piggott, still in the shotgun formation.
Handoff up the middle, nowhere to go. I don't know if they got back to the line of scrimmage. Right back at the line, Andy. So now we're going to have 4th and 4.
If you're Manila, what do? Don't jump off sides.
I'm telling you.
Do not jump off sides here.
If they jump off sides, do you think
Coach may put a whole new 11 in.
Coach going to probably call timeout.
He may be
I'd like to have a hot mic down there.
He may be pointing to the student section, tell them to dress up and get out there. That will drive a coach nuts, so that really, really will.
As you can see, they're both tightly boxed there. I don't think he got it, Andy.
Oh, a second effort, though. It's going to be close. Great job there by Smith. He spun around. That's awful close. We'll see what they say here. I think they're wanting a measurement. Yeah.
You know, Andy, we had a measurement earlier this year. I don't know if you got to see that.
I did, yeah.
It was close.
Sure. Lennon told me about it, so I went back and rewatched that. It was close. I'll give him that.
I don't know if he's there. He's short, isn't he? Way short. You see there, we got.
Good job by Piggott there. By Manila's defense there.
You know,
Piggott's struggling to block that front four.
Sometimes it looks different when you're like, oh, that's close.
Well, I thought that because the near sideline judge, it looked like they had to get to about that 37.5. It looked like his right foot, and I think it's the right foot that places it, was on that. But the far side judge obviously seen it a little differently, and I thought, man, that's going to be really close. But you're right, different angles. We're up here in the press box. We're good.
That's when you know you give it a little chain. You know, let's bump it back.
Yeah, we're a good 70. We're a good 70 yards away too. So keep that in mind.
That's going to be Kobe. That's Jordan Spray ball on the ground.
Good job picking it up there by number 5, Walker Johnson.
We got a helmet down on the field way back. Number 60.
For Piggott, I do believe. It's Josh Redd. Man.
You know, and you want to give your defense at least a little break.
Tell you, man. Offensive line is doing their job. The running backs, the tight ends are blocking great, doing their job. Give Piggott credit for trying to scratch it out of there, man. I mean,
that's 2 fumbles here in the first half by Manila.
Little things, man.
One by McQueen and then one by Spray. Play actions. They have a man wide open on the sideline.
You know, I just wonder here, after watching that play, I just wonder if Manila's secondary is in a zone maybe. Because, man, they had guys flying by them and not even moving there, like they're sitting in a zone maybe. I'm not sure if they do that here in Manila in the secondary, but it'd be really interesting to know because you're right. He was wide open. It's like they were looking in the backfield for the run.
You know, as Piggott ran 2 people over there towards the sideline, one kept going for a deep route, another, you know, he's just wide open. We're going to have a handoff.
Oh, man, here we go. That's number 7, Emerson, and he's not going to be touched. Tack on 6 for Piggott with 4:29 to go here before halftime. Man. Hey, Piggott needed an answer, and they got it.
Yeah, as Coach Kane is talking to the official, he's wanting a hold there.
I'll tell you, Emerson and Ralph, you get them an open field, man, they can do some damage. You know, here's the deal about bringing that safety up. You know, I think it's Dustin Clark was your safety there. He wasn't back. He was up on the line of scrimmage there coming in hard. If he gets hit hard or gets chopped there, you've got no one back there. That's the only disadvantage of that.
Nice hands there by Peyton McQueen.
Very aggressive there by Peyton McQueen, getting out in the flats from his linebacker position, getting a hand on it. And I tell you what, if he could have got 2 on it, he'd taken it to the house the other way. But great stop down there.
You know, and what is it? In college football and NFL, you can
actually bring that back.
And you get a point.
Yes. No, yes, that's right. No, actually, I believe you get 2 points. Now, there has been a 1-point play where it doesn't go well for the offense. Defense picks it up, and then they get a safety.
Yeah.
There is actually a 1-point play in football. We've seen it a few times. Not many, but a few times. Heather Davis-Clifton's on with us. We appreciate Heather for tuning in. I'm Andy Earls filling in for Landon on the headset tonight. Landon's doing the directing tonight and all the other stuff over there. I don't know what he's doing. He's eating nachos, I can tell you that. How rude. Has he offered you any of those, Scott? Because he sure hasn't offered me any.
A chip. I don't want the leftover.
Oh, we don't want it now. Yeah, it's too late now. Sympathy. We don't want the sympathy now. 4:29 to go here before half. Piggott has made a game of it again, though. Hey, 2 possessions. The old adage, you want to be within 2 possessions by the 4th quarter when it starts, and you've got a shot. Well, we're right here before half. Can Manila score quick here? They do have, I think, 2 timeouts, if I'm not mistaken, Scott?
Yes, correct.
2 timeouts, and plenty of time. 4:29 is a lot of time here. A lot of time here to make something happen.
You know, Manila's just got to hold on to the ball.
You're right.
They've had 2 fumbles. That was a really odd kick, Andy. Overton cutting up the sideline. Going to start out with pretty good field position.
I tell you, these kicks over to the edge, I mean, I don't know. Maybe that's a good idea to get it away from the guy there in the middle because he's probably your best returner, but that has been dangerous all night, it seems like, because, one, the kick could go out of bounds. Number 2, we've seen a couple pretty big gains off of that. Very dangerous on those coffin corners.
You would think you would try to cut back towards the center of the field where you got more room to work because you really almost trap yourself.
Yes, you do.
But then you get that one cutback, and if everybody comes to that side, then you're wide open.
It's tough, man. And you've shifted everybody that way.
Yes.
If you got speed with that in that football, you can definitely do that in a hurry.
Taylor in motion, going to hand off to McQueen up the middle.
Now, I want you to see something when we go back up here and line up again. I want you to watch this. Look who the deepest Piggott Mohawk defender is, okay? That's between the hashes. I want you to see the deepest person. Now, the last play right there, it was about 2 yards. There's no safety. If you got Dustin Clark out there one-on-one and you got Tanner Miller who can throw the football, this might be a good time to do it. I don't see Clark out there. I do see Colton Kisner, though. Now, they're back a little bit, the linebackers
Clark's
are.
over by Kane White. They're going to hand it off to Kobe Taylor. Just playing a little smash mouth football there. Just 3 or 4 yards, 3 or 4 yards.
3 yards in a cloud of dust right now for Manila.
We're up 3rd and a long 3.
Manila almost at midfield here. The line to gain is a 48 of Piggott.
I'm going to say you give it to McQueen and let him run right up the middle, Danny, just to try to get your first. They're going to give it to Taylor, and he's hitting the backfield.
Wow. That was blew up in a hurry, and I see number 50 back there really quick, and that's Will Vansel, the junior. A couple of cavalry came after he hit him first.
Dustin Clark's coming into the game there.
Will we see a Wildcat again like we've seen at the goal line? Be interesting here. 4th and short. Again, the line of gain is about the Piggott 48.
Tanner Miller's in quarterback. Dustin Clark's on the far side. He's the man in motion.
Now, if you're Piggott, what do you not do here? You can't go off sides.
Clark cups upfield. I think he got it.
I think he does. I think he's got just enough for the first down. That second and third effort there.
He was hit way before the line of scrimmage, and just keep the legs turning.
He cuts it up so fast. He's got a lot of speed when he makes that cut and he plants that foot down that his forward progress is going to carry him at least a yard or two.
And he's not scared to go into contact. That's one thing I've noticed about Dustin is he's very, very strong, for one on both sides of the ball, but he doesn't give up.
Yeah.
When you see trouble, you still keep going. Kurt Overton in motion. Here comes a pass, Andy. Quarterback got to get rid of it. And that was a very dangerous throw by Tanner Miller.
I don't know that ball ever came off cleanly. I think it slipped out of his hands. That looked like a dying duck there, and that is very dangerous.
I'm not even – if he would have just rode out to our bottom, everybody was on the far side of the field.
It's tough. You've got a play called. You're looking for that guy, and you feel like you got him. Of course, the throw doesn't go how you want it to. But you're right. If he could have had the wherewithal there to bring it back, boy, that sure is tough, though, when you're out there getting chased by everybody. 2:20 to go here before halftime.
That's Dustin Clark. You see, Andy, he kind of got that little slow motion there at first, but he was just reading where the hole was.
Waiting for his block to get there. They did a good job of getting to the second level, the O-line of Manila, getting to that second level, kind of shouldering their D-line and getting to those linebackers. And, hey, give Clark credit, too. He found the hole and got up north and south very quick, and that's a first down for Manila.
That's your job if you're a running back, is that it? Look for the hole, which side you're going. Just sit there and wait for it. Let everybody else do their work. That's what you're looking for. But you put a lot of trust in them as well.
They do. They definitely do.
Taylor in motion, going to hand off to Overton, a cutback. He just kind of shot out there, Andy.
Little counter play there.
And got a helmet off over here again. That's the second time for him.
You've been going hard on that left side tackle, in and out, in and out, in and out, and then boom, little misdirection with the counter. And Overton's fast enough to sneak in there pretty quick. That was a good play calling there, a little setup, if you will, with the play calling.
1:45 clock's rolling.
Again, Manila with 2 timeouts here. Plenty of time.
You know, we're just sitting there talking about secondary. There is no secondary there. Kobe Taylor, nowhere to go.
Yeah, it's one of those where, listen, they're going to man up any receiver you have out there, obviously, but the rest of them are essentially in the box, man. When we say the box, we mean within 3 yards of the line of scrimmage. It's everybody's up there. So if you can get a counter like they've been trying and get them just a half a step off, you're gone. You're absolutely gone.
Just under a minute. That's what you're kind of talking about there. Just throw Tad off.
Yeah.
Mason Mullen there.
Hayden Emerson was trying to get back there, but obviously they were burned there because you're right. They're really trying to stop this run. They're crowding that line of scrimmage, and that was a good play call there. It just didn't quite work out. I think if you get a guy that's pretty quick, you have an up back like Overton or Clark, and you get them out there, they're gone.
Yeah.
Just throw it up in the air and just throw a pot of gold in that rainbow type of throw, a little solo cup toss, if you will. Yes. 3rd and 9.
Dustin Clark in motion.
That may be a broken play right there, Scott.
And that's going to be intentional
That's
grounding.
very dangerous. Very
I'm not
dangerous.
even sure what Miller was thinking. Here comes a late flag, Andy, way back here in the secondary.
Miller's going to say that he was out of the tackle box,
but
they're going to say that he wasn't. But here's the no receiver over there, that's for sure. I do know this. That was very dangerous because Piggott almost picked that one off. Very, very close. Again, 2 timeouts, but you're down to 45 seconds left on the clock.
Here comes that official from the secondary coming up. He threw a late flag, Andy. And this –
You're right. I think there's two different penalties here. This will be interesting. So we have the intentional grounding on Manila, and we're waiting for another call, maybe.
Because there's no way that official threw intentional grounding from the goalpost.
You can't leave us hanging like that, guys. Come on now.
It looks like that's what they're going to call, but that, I mean.
Well, now the back official, maybe he's just not throwing a flag tonight. He just wanted to get on the fun. You know?
No, that's just a longer walk for him to go get it. Oh.
Either way, it's going to be 4th down for Manila. 45 seconds to go. They do have 2 timeouts, but it's irrelevant if you can't get a first down here.
Yeah, it's, you know, if you're Piggott, you see the secondary backing up, Andy, is a halfback pass maybe. I thought he might try to pass. Dustin Clarkson's going to cut up field and try to make something happen out of nothing, Andy. And I think he gets a first down.
I think he does. What a play there. Too, kind of a broken play. Didn't have anybody to throw it to. Wisely decides to tuck it and run. First down, keep an eye on that game clock. 37 seconds to go, and they're going to wind it now.
Andy, that's – if your defense – now we're going to call a timeout. Is we wasted 4 seconds.
This is big here. If Manila can punch this in before half.
And they get the ball back.
You go up by 3 possessions.
Who got the ball first?
I think Manila got the ball first, actually. Piggott got the ball first? Okay. I could have sworn they got it, but I may be wrong, though. 33 seconds to go. Either way, though, if you can punch this in, take the momentum into halftime, you're up by 3 possessions at halftime.
And the ball.
That's huge. That's huge.
You know, Andy, first, let's talk about the weather. Man, this is absolutely perfect.
Oh, it's beautiful weather, man. Beautiful weather for some football on the gridiron here. Friday Night Lights.
It wasn't even bad today at work. You know, normally it's been, about a month ago, it sucked. There ain't that's the best.
Not a better way to put it, is it? It sucked. Yeah. Here we go. If you're Manila, do you stay on the ground here? You got a timeout. So obviously the middle of the field's open. The run is open here.
And I'm glad you brought that up because we have struggled in the air, especially tonight. You can see it they're putting pressure on the quarterback. Wow, that was a.
Tell you what, a bad snap. And then over in the flats, you had 2 receivers in the same. They're running flags, both of them, in the same vicinity there.
For one, I don't even know if the quarterback, Tanner Miller, knew the snap was coming.
Life hits you fast, Scott.
Wow.
Just like that, bam. And He did a good job, though, of collecting himself, calming himself down, and still getting a pass off there.
Yeah, that's probably the best pass he's actually had tonight, though, Andy. He's had time. He wasn't rushed.
Again, will we see maybe Clark in motion here with the ball? Maybe a Wildcat the next play. They're going to go up for the fade again.
And McQueen had it and dropped it.
And I tell you, McQueen wants that one back. Is that an easy catch? No, but that's something that McQueen will tell you he probably should have grabbed. He probably should have snatched that one down. 24 seconds to go here.
You know, I think it's Dustin Clark you give the ball to.
I wouldn't mind seeing the Wildcat formation. They tried it earlier when they were down there for the 2-point conversion, I believe it was, or maybe it was 3rd and goal or something. But I'd give it to him and let him do his thing, give him the open field here. Maybe spread everybody out to the left side or put him in motion and give him the ball and let him do his thing. You got one timeout, so you can definitely run the football here.
You know, it's spread it out, and you see Piggott's boxed up, Andy. That's who it's going to Clark, and Andy, I think he just knocked the defender over to get in the end zone.
Dustin Clark, touchdown, Manila Lions.
Tell you what,
Is the fire department asleep over here with the fireworks? I was waiting for it to go off. That's
again, tough job for the guys operating the fireworks. For sure. We're waiting for it to go off there.
They're like, we didn't take a halftime
break. They may be out of fireworks, just to be honest with you.
Hey.
Yeah. Maybe completely out of them right now.
Overton for the extra point is wild off the play clock. Pole.
Tell you what, if you're in that front section over there by the fence, you got to be careful now.
Hey, what they said that? Just a bit wide.
Just a bit outside there. Big scoring drive there from Manila before half. You got all the momentum. You go up 3 possessions. That's huge.
All right, so Piggott has returned the ball really well tonight. That's probably the best part that they've had by far means. So if you're Manila, Andy, do you almost try an onside kick to try to change it up?
Well, hey, I mean,
because when they're returning it, that's about where they're getting anyways.
That or you just, that or you kick it out of bounds and don't worry about it. I mean, there's a couple of ways you can do that, I guess. But, yeah, that is one thing you could definitely do. But the last thing you want to do is give them the field position to have maybe one throw, get down, timeout, and then have a throw to the end zone either, though.
Well, Andy, that's what I'm sitting here looking is we've just put a couple of players in, like Kurt Overton and Peyton McQueen. So, and they're normally not on the kicking team. So I just wonder if might do a little change.
We'll see what they decide to do here. Again, you got 6 versus 3 here to the near side.
They're going to kick it right down the middle. Try the middle instead of the side, I guess.
Speaking of the middle, right up the middle is number 5, and that was Walker Johnson. Walker's just a sophomore out there. 13 seconds. You've got timeouts here. Maybe a play down the middle of the field here. Get down, timeout. Run some guys up the seams here. If you're Manila, do you play a big prevent defense? Maybe bring 2 safeties back instead of 1. We'll see what they decide to do. In fact, that's exactly what Manila's doing. They're taking 2 safeties back there deep right now.
First game of the year, we played Earl. And the kid threw like a 50-yard bomb to the corner or by the end zone.
Oh, no.
And he caught it.
Oh, no.
So if I'm a defender in that situation, I'm just going to get pass interference. I'm not going to let him catch the ball if you're beat.
Yep.
So I'm going to say that's timeout. We got a timeout Piggott.
Just in time.
You know that.
Watch for the old.
I get Piggott, but in a way that's the way their snapping's been.
Yeah, the last thing you want to do is snap it over his head, and then you got a big fiasco.
Wow.
Watch the old hook and ladder here, too, now. You got a guy in the flats, and maybe you got Ralph or Emerson over there coming behind him. Be careful for something like that as well.
You know, Andy, I wish I could go back and tell you the last time Manila scored 31 points in the first half. That's what
it's big time, man. It's big time, obviously, for the offense. Number 1, for confidence. You know, your first conference game, because it's a whole new season. Even though you're 2-1, this is a whole new season, man. You're 0-0.
This year, throw it in the trash.
Yeah, exactly.
Tonight.
0-0, man. So to see them come out like that is big.
I seen the Rivercrest down the road's playing
Pocahontas.
The lights were on when I come by on the interstate.
Yep.
About 98 or so.
Those are different lights. Those are red and blue lights behind you that you're outrunning to get here.
See, here's where you're talking about a man in motion. Like, that's great hands there.
And that's Brandon Parrish, I do believe.
Andy, I don't know that wasn't a trick play.
Yeah, they were looking for a little screen there, if you will. They let the defenders come through, and great job, number 56. He recognized it really quick. Got up in the air, folks. He got off the ground. That's a lineman with some ups, some hops.
Yeah, it's
56 there, and I believe that's Brandon Parrish.
Yeah, and his brother is over there, Nathan. First game of the year, Brandon cramped up real bad, which I think everybody about did, Andy.
Oh, I know. We had it in our game, too, I promise you.
Another timeout Piggott.
Well, here's the thing. You can't take the timeouts with you. Why not? You might as well.
I think you put 3 people on the line. You move everybody back 5 yards and the rest of them back another 10. I mean, it's a complete safe play here.
Well, you've definitely been getting pressure. But I'll say this, though. There's only been one time all night where just your normal defense, honestly, has gotten burned, and that was when Ralph opened the corner. I just play your 4-man up and just go at them like you have been and maybe keep one safety in the middle and just play it. So many coaches start playing these prevent defense, and next thing you know, you give them an opening, give them a little bit of life, some breathing room, and it sparks a fire.
Yeah, it's if you're Coach Kane, you're going into halftime, you're thinking, for one, you want to keep the kids confident. Let's play slack football. Let's keep the pedal down to the
exactly, because it's so hard with high school kids. You get up in that second half, you let off that gas pedal a little bit. Next thing you know, one big play here or there, and it's a football game. So here's the last thing you want here if you're Manila: pass interference or any kind of penalty of any kind right here. Don't want to prolong this half.
And, that's just going to the sideline, and that's
almost it's very close to being a late hit there.
I know.
You got to be
that
careful.
Official said, let's go.
Play don't have a football here in the land of cotton in Manila. Manila 31 and Piggott 14.
Andy, we are.
I believe, didn't you guys want to get somebody on at halftime? Scott, I'll go with the headset.
We're going to get him at the end of halftime. We're going to run our sponsors first. And I know we're going to have people ask, well, why don't y'all do the cheerleaders? We can do video but no audio because.
The copyrighted music. It will kick you off, I promise you.
I've already seen the phone down there, so I know what's coming.
It will kick you off, I guarantee. We've had it happen to us before at Corning.
And that will be playing for the noise-wise, and you can see the cheerleaders there on the screen. So we will be back in about 15 minutes, and I'll get Coach Jake Garrett on here.
Salomon Automotive, located at 2695 West State Highway 18 in Manila, is your one-stop auto shop. Tires, oil, auto repair, all makes and models. Salomon Automotive has you covered. Give them a call at 870-561-1503. Salomon Automotive is a proud sponsor of the Mighty Manila Lions. Delta Drug, located at 257 South Highway 18 Bypass in Manila, has been your hometown family pharmacy since 1971. They are not only a full-service pharmacy offering prescription and immunization services, they offer free delivery, have a unique boutique in the store for your gift needs, and are a hub for Amazon deliveries. Visit DeltaDrugInc.com to download their app for prescription refills, or to get more information about the store, call 870-561-3113. Delta Drug is a proud sponsor of the Mighty Manila Lions. Wells Family Eye Care has been serving the eye care needs of the Manila area and beyond. The goal of our facility is to enhance each patient's quality of life with better vision. A visit with us is like a visit with family. Contact us at 870-570-0400. Wells Family Eye Care is a proud sponsor of the Mighty Manila Lions.
Farmers Market of Manila offers a fresh variety of produce, meats, pizza, and deli. It's your one-stop shop for groceries, household items, and seasonal products. Manager Chris Davison in Farmers Market is a proud supporter of the Mighty Manila Lions.
Rudy Siding has been family-owned and operated since 1979. They are accredited by the BBB, Better Business Bureau, and also licensed by the Arkansas Contractors Board. Rudy Siding specializes in metal roofs,
Seamless gutter, vinyl windows, and vinyl siding. Rudy Siding is a proud sponsor of the Mighty Manila Lions.
Talon Sons Auto Sales Services, NEA. Same family, same location for 30 plus years. They offer financing for everyone to fit all budgets. Visit their website or find them on Facebook. Talon Sons Auto Sales is a proud supporter of the Mighty Manila Lions. Since 1979, Thomas Spate Noble CPAs have been providing quality, personalized financial guidance to local individuals and businesses. Our expertise ranges from basic tax management and accounting services to more in-depth services such as audits, financial statements, and financial planning. Come see Kenny Noble CPA, 1400 West Kaiser in Osceola, or give him a call at 870-563-2638. Thank you to Thomas Spate Noble for being a proud sponsor of the Mighty Manila Lions.
Local Honey is a locally owned family salon. Color, cuts, highlights, and more. Call today to schedule your appointment with Liz Hicks at 870-838-4173. Local Honey is a proud supporter of the Mighty Manila Lions.
1812 Pizza Company, the original location, Highway 18 bypass in Manila. Order online at 1812pizzacompany.com or 870-570-0202. 1812 Pizza Company is a proud supporter of the Mighty Manila Lions. Learn and Grow Academy, located at 21169 Highway 18 bypass in Monette, owned by Blair Davis, accepts ages 6 weeks and up. Also offers after-school care. Learn and Grow Academy is a proud sponsor of the Mighty Manila Lions. Wilson Dental has a state-of-the-art facility located at 3455 State Highway 18 bypass in Manila. They have been providing quality family dental services for over 25 years. Call Wilson Dental for all your family dental needs. Wilson Dental is a proud sponsor of the Mighty Manila Lions. Tate Properties of NEA are building houses, buying houses and land for quick cash closings, rentals, and storage. Also building shops and concrete work. Tate Properties of NEA is a proud sponsor of the Mighty Manila Lions. Cascada Mexican Restaurant in Manila, open 7 days a week, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m., located at 813 West State Highway 18 bypass. Offers dine-in or carry-out. Give them a call at 870-561-4771. Las Cascadas is a proud sponsor of the Mighty Manila Lions. Harold's Discount Furniture, located at 1026 West Lake Street in Manila, 870-561-4105, or 613 West Kaiser Street in Osceola, 870-563-5202. Harold's Discount Furniture is a proud sponsor of the Mighty Manila Lions. From conception to completion, Straciner Brothers offers all the services needed for your next large industrial build. Northeast Arkansas is our home too, which means you'll always have the support, accessibility, and face-to-face contact that's so important for large construction projects. We do business the right way with integrity, mutual respect, and an uncompromising dedication to doing the best job possible. Located at 105 South Straciner Road in Blytheville, 870-763-0743. Straciner Brothers Construction is a proud sponsor of the Mighty Manila Lions. Big River Steel is proud to call Arkansas and Mississippi County home. Every day our team members go big by producing the steels to support our buildings and bridges, make our cars and trucks lighter and stronger, and help revolutionize how we generate electricity. Most importantly, we are accomplishing all this while being one of the most environmentally responsible steel producers in the nation and a positive member of our business community. Want to learn more or join our team? Visit BigRiverSteel.com. Big River Steel is a proud supporter of the Mighty Manila Lions. Pro Hardware has been serving the community for over 45 years, owned and operated by Tommy and Brooke Dunnigan. Located at the corner of Baltimore and Olympia in Manila, the old-fashioned, family-owned hometown business carries plumbing, electrical, cleaning, and painting supplies along with hardware, automotive, and lawn and garden. Our most popular inventory is an assortment of new and used knives, rifles, shotguns, handguns, ammunition, and hunting bows. Check us out Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and Saturday, 8 to noon. Pro Hardware is a proud sponsor of the Mighty Manila Lions. Salomon Automotive, located at 2695 West State Highway 18 in Manila, is your one-stop auto shop. Tires, oil, auto repair, all makes and models. Salomon Automotive has you covered. Give them a call at 870-561-1503. Salomon Automotive is a proud sponsor of the Mighty Manila Lions. Delta Drug, located at 257 South Highway 18 Bypass in Manila, has been your hometown family pharmacy since 1971. They are not only a full-service pharmacy offering prescription and immunization services, they offer free delivery, have a unique boutique in the store for your gift needs, and are a hub for Amazon deliveries. Visit DeltaDrugInc.com to download their app for prescription refills, or to get more information about the store, call 870-561-3113. Delta Drug is a proud sponsor of the Mighty Manila Lions. Wells Family Eye Care has been serving the eye care needs of the Manila area and beyond. The goal of our facility is to enhance each patient's quality of life with better vision. A visit with us is like a visit with family. Contact us at 870-570-0400. Wells Family Eye Care is a proud sponsor of the Mighty Manila Lions.
Farmers Market of Manila offers a fresh variety of produce, meats, pizza, and deli. It's your one-stop shop for groceries, household items, and seasonal products. Manager Chris Davison in Farmers Market is a proud supporter of the Mighty Manila Lions.
Rudy Siding has been family-owned and operated since 1979. They are accredited by the BBB, Better Business Bureau, and also licensed by the Arkansas Contractors Board. Rudy Siding specializes in metal roofs, seamless gutter, vinyl windows, and vinyl siding. Rudy Siding is a proud sponsor of the Mighty Manila Lions. Talon Sons Auto Sales Services, NEA. Same family, same location for 30 plus years. They offer financing for everyone to fit all budgets. Visit their website or find them on Facebook. Talon Sons Auto Sales is a proud supporter of the Mighty Manila Lions. Since 1979, Thomas Spate Noble CPAs have been providing quality, personalized financial guidance to local individuals and businesses. Our expertise ranges from basic tax management and accounting services to more in-depth services such as audits, financial statements, and financial planning. Come see Kenny Noble CPA, 1400 West Kaiser in Osceola, or give him a call at 870-563-2638. Thank you to Thomas Spate Noble for being a proud sponsor of the Mighty Manila Lions. Local Honey is a locally owned family salon. Color, cuts, highlights, and more. Call today to schedule your appointment with Liz Hicks at 870-838-4173. Local Honey is a proud supporter of the Mighty Manila Lions. 1812 Pizza Company, the original location, Highway 18 Bypass in Manila. Order online at 1812pizzacompany.com or 870-570-0202. 1812 Pizza Company is a proud supporter of the Mighty Manila Lions. Learn and Grow Academy, located at 21169 Highway 18 Bypass in Monette, owned by Blair Davis, accepts ages 6 weeks and up. Also offers after-school care. Learn and Grow Academy is a proud sponsor of the Mighty Manila Lions. Wilson Dental has a state-of-the-art facility located at 3455 State Highway 18 Bypass in Manila. They have been providing quality family dental services for over 25 years. Call Wilson Dental for all your family dental needs. Wilson Dental is a proud sponsor of the Mighty Manila Lions. Tate Properties of NEA are building houses, buying houses and land for quick cash closings, rentals, and storage. Also building shops and concrete work. Tate Properties of NEA is a proud sponsor of the Mighty Manila Lions. Cascada Mexican Restaurant in Manila, open 7 days a week, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m., located at 813 West State Highway 18 Bypass. Offers dine-in or carry-out. Give them a call at 870-561-4771. Las Cascadas is a proud sponsor of the Mighty Manila Lions. Harold's Discount Furniture, located at 1026 West Lake Street in Manila, 870-561-4105, or 613 West Kaiser Street in Osceola. 870-563-5202. Harold's Discount Furniture is a proud sponsor of the Mighty Manila Lions. From conception to completion, Straciner Brothers offers all the services needed for your next large industrial build. Northeast Arkansas is our home too, which means you'll always have the support, accessibility, and face-to-face contact that's so important for large construction projects. We do business the right way with integrity, mutual respect, and an uncompromising dedication to doing the best job possible. Located at 105 South Straciner Road in Blytheville, 870-763-0743. Straciner Brothers Construction is a proud sponsor of the Mighty Manila Lions. Big River Steel is proud to call Arkansas and Mississippi County home. Every day our team members go big by producing the steels to support our buildings and bridges, make our cars and trucks lighter and stronger, and help revolutionize how we generate electricity. Most importantly, we are accomplishing all this while being one of the most environmentally responsible steel producers in the nation and a positive member of our business community. Want to learn more or join our team? Visit BigRiverSteel.com. Big River Steel is a proud supporter of the Mighty Manila Lions. Pro Hardware has been serving the community for over 45 years, owned and operated by Tommy and Brooke Dunnigan. Located at the corner of Baltimore and Olympia in Manila, the old-fashioned, family-owned hometown business carries plumbing, electrical, cleaning, and painting supplies along with hardware, automotive, and lawn and garden. Our most popular inventory is an assortment of new and used knives, rifles, shotguns, handguns, ammunition, and hunting bows. Check us out Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and Saturday, 8 to noon. Pro Hardware is a proud sponsor of the Mighty Manila Lions.
And we're back here, 5:24 to go at half, and I've got a special guest here, the new girls basketball coach, Coach Edgar. Coach, how are you?
Doing great, man. Got the music and the PA rolling tonight for some line football.
Hey, beautiful weather.
It is, man. See if we can get 1-0 in conference. I told Kane this afternoon, I said, hey, after tonight there'll be 4 teams in first and 4 teams in last, and I know where we need to be at.
Well, and, you know, that's what me and Andy were discussing earlier, you know, because of COVID, you know, Corning took a loss tonight just because I couldn't play. So we're already one ahead on half of them. So let's kind of introduce yourself to everybody in case nobody's really got to hear you or meet you in person. Right. Where you come from.
Well, I graduated from Brooklyn in 2009, went to college at ASU, did my undergrad and my master's there. I spent 3 years as an assistant at Buffalo Island Central under Bill Taylor. People in Lion Country should know him well. He came over here and got a state runner-up his first year on the job.
He did.
Then I spent a year as the head coach at Timbo. It's in between Mountain View and Marshall. It's the 3rd smallest school in Arkansas. And I coached 7 through 12 boys and girls basketball with no assistant. 7 through 12 boys and girls track, no assistant. Drove the bus, did it all. Jumped from there to Highland. It was a 4A school. And at that time, I was just trying to climb the ladder as quick as I could. My grandfather got real bad health that year, and I got the opportunity to go back to Brooklyn. So I was there as the head junior high coach and Bobby Gross's assistant for 3 years. And when this job came open, I've always said for the longest time there's a handful of jobs in the state I would leave Brooklyn for.
This was one of them.
And this is one of them. You know, this job, you know, Valley Springs is a really good basketball job.
You know, and that's – Manila's been a basketball school for years.
Exactly.
And it don't matter if it's girls or boys. You're going to have a packed house if we're capable.
And you got to win ball games.
Yeah.
When you win games, people come.
Oh, yeah. You know, it's like football. You know, last year towards the end of the year, you know, we didn't have a lot of fans come out. Right. You know, now there's people everywhere out here tonight. People are having a good time. And
there's a buzz. Coach White's brought a lot of energy. And, you know, he's got to give credit to his staff. He's got a really good group around him. We brought in Jared Bailey from Barton. He really does a good job with that defense, and he's a high-energy guy. I'll be coaching softball in the spring. And, you know, he and myself work together hand in hand, obviously, with our girl athletes. But Coach White I consider a really good friend. You know, he welcomed me when I got here, and him and Coach Wimberly both. And, you know, we hang out a lot and very supportive of one another.
And, you know, that's the thing with, you know, Kane White in the football program is, you know, he's closer to their age, and he understands them. He gives them respect, but he also wants the respect back. And the kids give him a lot of respect.
Oh, yeah. Well, the biggest thing, you know, as a coach, You can be the most genius guy in the world, X's and O's. We could have brought Bill Belichick in here, but if the kids don't believe in him and they don't think he believes in them, you're not going to get much done. And one thing, and I do believe Kane's a great X's and O's guy, but what Kane is really good at is personal relationships. Walking around school, seeing how these guys interact. They believe in him, and they believe that he believes in them, and that goes a long way in high school sports.
Absolutely. So talk about this upcoming year. You know, you got a great group of girls coming back. Like you've got it's a good team. I know Olivia, you know, she went down with an injury, and I've seen she's getting around really well. And she's been rehabbing, and
she's pretty well cleared for everything but contact. She does all of our drill work with us. Anything that's not live stuff, like if we go 5-on-5, she has to slide out. But she's pretty. I would say she's at about 80%. I don't expect her to miss any games. We're hoping October 8th through 12th, somewhere in that area, she'll get full clearance. She's been passing every test they put her through and getting really, really good reports.
And, you know, that's a really big thing when it comes to an injury like that, because everybody's like, well, they'll be have surgery, they'll be perfectly fine. It don't always work like that.
No, it's a long rehab process, and she's actually about 2 months ahead of schedule. When I took the job, I didn't plan on having her to a conference, you know, mid-December to early January, and she's worked really hard. Actually, you know, the gym here in Manila, her and her mom and dad, they're in there really early, about 4:30 in the morning, several days a week. She's rehabbing in there, doing extra stuff. So she really wants to get back on the floor. And then again, like you said, you know, there's no seniors last year. We had a girl decided not to play, but then we picked up a girl that's about a 6-foot sophomore that moved in here from Palestine Wheatley, who we're really high on, that we think can have a major, major impact. And then, you know, our guard play, everybody knows we got Maddie and Sadie.
Yeah,
they kind of spearhead the offense. Olivia's a shooter. Kinley Shelton had a huge offseason. She's really come into her own. And there's been several players, like when we went to team camp, that have stepped up and done things that I saw at camp that I didn't see on film last year.
You know, and that's the thing is off season is where you get better. Right. Everybody's like, you know, you start playing. Off season is where you grow as a team. You get stronger, fundamentals.
Right. See, I kind of got cheated out of 3 months with them because I didn't get here till late May, so we kind of had to play catch up. But you know, we just started lifting weights about 6 weeks ago. We remaxed today as a group, just on bench press and squat. They've gone up 350 total pounds in 4 weeks. So
and that's a lot.
And I don't know if they've ever touched a weight in their lives, but they're in there really working now and making it a priority.
Understand, you know, Coach, and you know we have a tough conference.
We do,
and you know we competed last year in conference, being so young.
Right.
And I know you're looking forward to basketball here. About a month.
We play 6 weeks from Monday.
6 weeks.
So we're looking
Monday.
at about 44 days.
About 44 days. Well, Coach, it's good having you on here.
I'll
let you get back down there to play-by-play call on this, and hopefully we can get a victory out here.
Absolutely. I fully expect it. I want this clock to run in the fourth quarter. So let's make sure Coach Wyatt makes it happen.
Yes, sir.
All right. Appreciate you having me on, brother.
Thank you, Coach.
Salomon Automotive, located at 2695 West State Highway 18 in Manila, is your one-stop auto shop. Tires, oil, auto repair, all makes and models. Salomon Automotive has you covered. Give them a call at 870-561-1503. Salomon Automotive is a proud sponsor of the Mighty Manila Lions. Delta Drug, located at 257 South Highway 18 Bypass in Manila, has been your hometown family pharmacy since 1971. They are not only a full-service pharmacy offering prescription and immunization services, they offer free delivery, have a unique boutique in the store for your gift needs, and are a hub for Amazon deliveries. Visit DeltaDrugInc.com to download their app for prescription refills, or to get more information about the store, call 870-561-3113. Delta Drug is a proud sponsor of the Mighty Manila Lions. Hills Family Eye Care has been serving the eye care needs.
Yeah, and we're back.
Back here live. Second half action about to start here from the land of cotton, Manila, Arkansas, on the campus of Manila High School.
Had a good little interview there with the new girls basketball coach. I try to get everyone active, and especially new to the town, people can meet them and get to know them.
Yeah.
Before they're like, oh, we got a new coach.
Showing some love. I like it.
That could be let's say, not really nowhere to go. Is a herd of Lions.
Jackson Howell, the junior there, and some players will actually call a fair catch there. They see the cavalry coming downhill at him pretty hard, and he stuck in there, caught it, and tried to make a few plays there. Got a couple yards out of that. Pickett will take over at their own 41-yard line.
So Manila got the ball first.
I told you guys, nobody would listen to me.
Hey.
Nobody would listen to me.
I tell you what, I tell you this much. I got out of my car, and next thing I know, there's a herd of kids going down to the tunnel to line up, and I tried to get here as fast as I could. So a little handoff in the backfield, kind of a misdirection, a loss of about 4 yards, 3 yards.
Hey, good wrap up there, and one of the guys.
That's a good way to start the second half.
One of the guys I seen there was Kobe Taylor, I believe, number 3. He did a good job getting there, wrapping up, and then when he wrapped up, he drove those feet, trying to drive him into the ground there. Good job by number 3 in black, and of course there's 2 or 3 others there for Manila.
You know, as Pickett here is going with shotgun formation, trips out to the right. Quick pass. He in there. How did he come up? It was a bobble and back to him and bobble again. But
what a great job there by the Manila defense, shooting the gap, getting a hand on it. Hot potato here, I'll take it.
That's going to be number 49, Mason Mullen on the interception.
Mason Mullen with the interception.
That was big right there. Just a little comeback route that he read. And
Eminem
gambled M square there, and Eminem was, tapping that thing like a volleyball there. Soft toss it to himself. 1st and 10, Manila will take over in plus territory. In fact, the Piggott 39 is where they place the pigskin. 11:06 here in the second half.
That's going to be DC. Pick up a couple yards on the play. You know, I was fixing to try to get a score update around, but there's really not a lot of people playing close.
No,
Andy.
and matter of fact,
off.
Yeah, I will try to do that for you while you're talking here. I'll try to get some score updates. You're right, there is a lot of people off this week, though. The COVID has hit a lot of different places.
So it's going to bring up 2nd and 8 for the Lions. Dustin Clark in motion. Give it to Kurt Overton, a cutback. He's got some running room. Kurt Overton, touchdown, Lions!
Well, Scott, they picked up right where they left off. Offense, defense turning into offense here for the Manila Lions and putting points on the board, and I think we finally ran out of fireworks.
You know, if I could shoot the water up there.
I like it. Some bottle rockets, anything. We'll take some poppers, whatever you got.
You know, Andy, I was reading some comments earlier about, had Ginger Berry said, good work, but y'all are traumatizing my dogs with all these touchdown booms. I know we're probably not used to that kind of booming going on in Manila besides the radio or something.
Hey, that's awesome, though. Definitely awesome.
A bad snap.
You know, there comes a point in there, Scott, where you got to stop poking at it and you got to wrap the guy up and take him down. And Piggott just kept poking and poking. And at some point, you got to wrap him up. You mentioned scores, and I'm going to give you a few. This is just a few games somewhat in our vicinity. Greene County Tech 35, Forest City 0. That's at halftime. Again, GCT 35, Forest City 0. Batesville and Nettleton. They're in the second quarter. Nettleton's up 13-0 over Batesville. We've got 5A football, Valley View 35, Paragould 0 at half. You got Wynn and Brooklyn. They're in third quarter, and Wynn's up 31-0 over Brooklyn right now. Just a few games from kind of in our vicinity there.
What about Gosnell? Gosnell playing today?
Gosnell's up 16-8 over Highland at half right now. And Rivercrest, Pocahontas, Rivercrest 28, wow. Pocahontas 21 at halftime.
That's a good ball game.
How about Truman and Westside at half? Westside 7, Truman 6. It's another good ball game there. So several good ball games out there right now. And Pigot's going to do their best to try to make this a good ball game here. All they are down very big right now here early in the third quarter, 10-17 to go.
Turn the volume down, Andy. There of us talking on the video, trying to kind of do a little communication with people. Mason Mullen back to kick off for the Lions. Number 20, Brian Neal, the first one to hit contact.
I tell you, Ethan Ralph is taking some shots tonight. Number 1 in white. Bless his heart, he has been hit. He's a tough dude, but he's been hit hard tonight many, many times. One more team that's kind of somewhat in our vicinity, Mark Tree. They're playing McCrory tonight, and the Jaguars McCrory up 22-0 at half over Mark Tree.
And conference play is pretty much started for everyone tonight, Andy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, it has.
So, like we talked about earlier.
New season.
Look at this. Look at this formation.
You got the numbers in your favor here, and, man, they're big time. There's Emerson slicing up the middle of that far side. Big first down there. Hey, listen, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I'd do it again, honestly.
Andy, if you're sitting there in the defense, that's a curveball. You should sit on an extra point, not on a 1st and 10 from the 40.
Well, hey, Coach Simmons felt like he had to do something to ignite this offense, and, hey, it worked. Give him credit.
So 1st and 10, Piggott here.
9:55 on the game clock. I think that's going to be offsides. Peyton McQueen tried to time it, but
That's the second one tonight, and I'm going to say he's probably going to come off the field right there.
That's got to be Manila's 5th or 6th offsides. Like you said, Peyton's 2nd. 1st and 5 now for the Mohawks, and, hey, they're in plus territory all of a sudden. Don't look now, but 36-yard line of Manila.
I want to show you this, okay? Mm-hmm. You see that?
Yeah, I think that's how it actually goes down in the
That's what we were. Is that for playoff or points purposes at the end of the year?
Well, I think they got to have some sort of a score, and I think that's always been the adage. If there's a forfeit, that's how it goes down.
1-0.
Yeah.
I've never – we normally don't see forfeits in football. This makeup, but
very few. There have been some small school 2A stuff where you have a team that just gets hit by a flu bug in the past or injuries, and they just can't play.
Well, they don't. And they say most 2A schools, you got about 15 kids or so if you're lucky, and they're both ways.
Exactly. So there have been some forfeitures that way, and some kind of unique things. But obviously with the COVID outbreak, we've had a lot of those. It seems like so.
Going to be shy of the first down.
Give Manila's defensive front credit there. Man, they stiffened up. Got a big-time stop there to bring up 3rd down. You assume 4-down territory for Piggott?
Yeah, Andy, they took McQueen out a while ago and put him back in, but I'm sure Coach said, look, calm down a little bit. We need to keep your composure here. Manila scored and don't need to let Piggott turn around and score here. That was a blew-up play in the backfield quickly.
I tell you something else it was. I believe that was an illegal formation. They had 5 guys off the line of scrimmage area. You can only have 4. It's 7 and 4 is 7 on, 4 off. The interior guy here on the up back was off the line of scrimmage. That was not only a bad play for Piggott, but it was also an illegal formation. But, hey, they got away with that one. But 4th and short, we'll see if Manila can come up big again on the defensive side. Something we haven't seen, heard or seen in past years.
Yeah, that's for sure, Andy. We've struggled, on both sides of the ball in the previous years, and that's you get kids get more experience and more playing time. Shotgun for a quick, almost like I don't know what you want to call that. Throws a quarterback and he didn't really have a lot of pressure on him there, and that's what I couldn't figure out is.
He unloaded the cannon there. They wanted a quick hitch there, a little comeback route to Ralph. And remember when I said earlier about, 4 plays ago when I said Ethan Ralph is taking a beating tonight? He just took another lick right there, bless his heart. Got hit hard. Listen, in football, you're either the hammer or the nail, and Manila tonight is a sledgehammer.
As you know, that was Peyton McQueen in on that play. Is maybe he made a little redemption for himself a while ago. Going over and get him some high-quality H2O.
Redemption is spelled Queen tonight.
1st and 10 for Manila. 7:48 to go here in the third quarter. Andy, is as you keep the pedal down, a score here would – if you're Piggott, you're thinking – you got to have a defensive stop somewhere.
You have to, man. You got to get this thing back to 2 possessions somehow before the fourth quarter, and it's not going to be easy. But there's one way to start right there with Emerson. Great job on the boundary here. Good open field tackle. Overton, I think the footing was the
Taylor. Yeah, his feet just come completely out from under. He's tried to get to the outside, but nowhere to go.
Michael Harrell said Ethan Ralph is a football player, and that he is, number 1 in white. And so is number 7 in white. They just made a big-time tackle there on the boundaries. It's second down now and about 9, 7:15 to go here from the land of cotton, Manila, Arkansas, on the campus of Manila High School. First conference game of the season.
Great turnout, Andy, as we said before, and especially, as a kid, you see, it really gives you a confidence. And there we got a false start.
Now, I'm going to tell you something. Coach Kane, this is a good thing for Manila. I'm going to tell you why. It seems like on the scoreboard everything is going right for him, but there has been a lot of little stuff that he can go into that film room and dissect come Monday and really hit them hard with them and wake them up and say, hey, the score was this, but listen, all these little things, it could have been a totally different animal without those.
Back to penalties, there's no telling how many. I bet Manila's been jumped off sides.
These are pre-snap penalties too.
And nothing that cannot, them are all preventable.
Yeah, correctable too.
Tanner Miller with a quarterback keeper, almost like a read, nowhere to go.
I tell you, it's getting a little chippy out there after the plays. And I tell you something else, Piggott is bringing the kitchen sink. They are pinning their ears back on defense. Right now, if you had a play action here deep, which, of course, third and about 15, they probably will put a safety back here now and kind of play a little safer. But that right there, if you play action go deep, man, there's no one back there.
As you know, Manila's eating the clock up instead of keeping the pedal down, and you wonder is that going to change?
That change of pace will hurt them. Sometimes
Right.
it does. Sometimes it does. Just like in basketball, you start holding that basketball a little bit longer and getting 5, 6, 7 passes a possession, and that's not really your offense. I mean,
I think you give DC the ball here, Dustin Clark, for sure.
Somehow, he has to touch
touched
it.
the ball this entire. That was McQueen up the middle. Looked like a trip up.
Tell you what, that was a barrel roll there by number 55, and that's Austin Thrasher, the senior for Piggott. And good job. He was down and still reaching, and finally brought him down. 4th down, and here comes the punting unit for Manila.
I ain't seen him since early in the game. And Jordan Spray is going to be back here to punt.
Our scoreboard operator has been a little bit sarcastic there with the 4th down and 40.
That was up top.
No, yeah, that's our guy here. Who is it?
Brandon.
Brandon DeHart. Yeah, Brandon DeHart. He had a 4th and 40 there on your screen. We apologize. We got it fixed, though.
That's a rough, and the kicker just got demolished. So is that – I don't – it wasn't even running into the kicker. He just tackled him.
And I'll be honest with you, Scott, I was looking to see who was returning the punt. I didn't even look over there. Did he get a piece of it when he hit him? Or
no.
Okay, so it was truly –
It's a personal foul, so it'd be a 15-yard automatic
first down.
And if you're Piggott and you're the coach, you're saying, wow,
Man,
we just stopped them what we needed to do.
We can't catch a break here. Come on, man. I tell you what.
And that's
tough.
You go back to game film, that's a penalty you can prevent.
Sure is.
They're all preventable, but
sure is.
If he's kicking it, if you don't touch it, stop.
Yep.
And it's easier said than done.
I think both teams could go back and say, look, Piggott's turned the ball over a few times. They had the block punt. If you take a couple of those things that you can fix and prevent away, this might be a totally different ball game. Obviously, their offense has struggled but still, though, those are easy opportunities for Manila's offense to score, and they did. They put up the points.
Is Clark going to finally touch the ball? I don't know if he's touched the ball this half, Andy.
His fingers are jittery there. We'll see if that's
he says, give me the ball.
Yeah, had those jittery fingers. You can tell.
You sit there, look.
I'll tell you what. Clark,
and he is off to the races.
They're not going to catch you tonight, Scott. Number 2 has done just about everything right tonight.
You want to go and say it? Holy hay bales.
Holy cotton balls, number 2.
Holy cotton balls.
My goodness.
Wow.
Kid's dynamite now. He's a playmaker. You don't want him in open space.
He made something out of nothing. He backed up 3 yards in the backfield to try to avoid a tackle.
I do want to say something, though. The guys on the far edge out there, the receiver and tight end, did do a really good job blocking. Now, there was a guy that came up through the middle. Obviously, they missed, but wow. But great job out there on the edge blocking for number 2. And I tell you what, if you're the rest of Conference 3A3, you're watching number 2 on film and you're saying, man, we got to find a way to stop that young man.
They're going for 2. It's Kobe Taylor, and he will be in for a successful 2-point conversion.
All right, so, Scott, now that we've got a touchdown and a little bit of quick break in action, I'm going to level with you.
Okay.
I really thought Manila would win this football game tonight, but I thought it was going to be a grinded-out type of win to where third quarter midway through, it's going to be a possession or 2-possession game. I'll be man enough to admit I was wrong. I was dead wrong. Manila is absolutely pouring it on. It's 45-14 here with 4:49 to go in the third quarter.
You know, and like you said, especially this is a conference game. You know, Coach Kane said, look, guys, let's go. Let's keep going. It's still a whole quarter to go. I mean, obviously you don't want an injury to happen or nothing like that.
No, that's the last thing you and that's another good point. At what point do you start playing some of these guys that maybe don't get as much playing time? At what point do you kind of not necessarily put it on cruise control, but you still want those guys to play hard, but start getting some different numbers in there, different jersey numbers in there on that gridiron?
You know, and we have, as I'm sitting here looking on the sideline, Andy, there's probably a handful of players that, you know, obviously you got different kids that play on kickoff and kick return. And
now, why was the whistle blown before he caught it? Was there an offsides there?
Yeah,
he couldn't get it out of his pocket.
Well, so I'll tell you what it really looked. He threw the flag and looked like some money come flying with it there. I don't know. He had something come out of his pocket.
He had some pocket change for sure. That is for sure.
So on that right there, that's just a re-kick, but I thought it was always you let the play happen and you tack on 5 at the end.
No, it's definitely not. It's definitely a pre-play penalty, whatever you want to call that. But I didn't see it. I'll be honest with you, I really didn't see it. I thought maybe
I wish I had a category for penalties.
Yeah, it would be interesting
because they're leading the pack.
All stuff that kills you, man. That absolutely kills you because that is all preventable.
I get you're eager and you're this. I say you tell him, say, look, get you a good run to start and just boot it down the field here.
Did Dustin Clark play last year? I'm just curious.
All right, so that's going to be out of bounds. So he played, and then he quit, and then he come back.
Okay.
And I believe he quit again. And like I said, there was some congestion with coaching issues. I'm not here to bash anyone by no means, but you know. Like I said, the culture has changed. Coach Kane White, you know, and there's Jordan Spray was another kid last year. He didn't play at all.
Oh, no. I remember seeing him as a sophomore and thinking, man, this kid's dynamite. He's got something. He's going to be one to look out for. Then we didn't see him again, obviously. But I know sometimes just a fresh change of face can do so much for a team.
Oh, absolutely.
We saw it at Corning when Coach Larry Treadway came around, and totally different animal. And it looks like Manila seeing the same type of thing here. And if you hang on here, I mean, you think about it, you're 1-0 in conference, you're 3-1 overall, and you haven't really played except for maybe game 1, just an awful game. I know game 1 they had several turnovers, if I remember right.
Pressure on the quarterback. There's a deep ball.
My goodness.
That had so much air under it.
How did he have that much time wait for the ball to come down? That's impressive.
We got an injury on the field. Brianna's going to get the camera off of him.
And that is a Piggott player, and we're not going to guess who that is. We'll try to get an actual number here in a second. May just had the air knocked out of him, don't know, but both teams going to a knee out of respect, and we like to see that.
Andy, you know, it kind of looked like he tried to cut back upfield after a break and attack on someone come in from the left side as a full sprint. That's what we talked about earlier.
Yeah.
Because you're almost a sitting duck.
Tell you, his hands have not came off of his helmet since he's on the ground. This could be a concussion type of thing here.
Number 5.
And, yeah, that's the sophomore Walker Johnson. That's who I thought it was but didn't want to assume anything. And he's actually looks like he's limping a little bit there, so took a hard hit. But he's walking here. Here's the good news. He's walking off on his own power. No one's carrying him off. There's no stretchers involved here, so at least some sort of good news there.
And, this is where football's changed tremendously in the past 5 to 10 years is the whole concussion protocol.
It's as safe now as it's ever been. The helmet technology, how they're teaching kids to tackle nowadays, what the referees look for, it's in my opinion, it's safer now than it has ever been.
I'm going to say Pigot's fixing to air it out again, and they fooled me. The running game has really not been there tonight for Pigot, Andy.
And it certainly hasn't been by the running backs. If they've had any success, it's been by these receivers, Ralph and Emerson, that have come in. The little bit of success they've had has been by that. And I tell you, I don't know what you attribute that. If you give Manila more of the credit, or maybe the interior offensive line has just struggled tonight. I'm not sure what that is, but either way, it has not worked for Pigot. I'm kind of like you. I'm surprised they haven't stuck to the air here a little more.
It's not that it's just worked a lot tonight, but that's where they've
been open, though. They have been open. I will say that. Several of their passing plays, maybe the pass hasn't got there, but a lot of them, the receivers are open here.
.3:45 to go here in the third quarter. Lines up 45-14 over the Mohawks. And Pigot, I'm sitting there looking at the crowd over there. You don't ever really know, especially on away games, that you're going to have a crowd or not.
Yeah, they actually got a decent little number over there. Not bad.
And here comes a deep ball. It was a bad throw by the quarterback. If he would have let him, he had him.
I think you're right. I think he threw it behind him just a little bit there, and that caused the issues there. But, man, he had a couple of different guys on him. I think if he comes back to the seam here in the middle, it was one-on-one there with one of your better receivers. I think I like that option a little bit better. Of course, that might have been the play call. That might have been option number one in that play call.
And, you see that a lot in high school football is it's a design play to a particular person. They don't look at no one else on the field.
Bingo.
And that's where you start seeing your elite quarterbacks to where I can look at 3 or 4. I can visually see the field and see who's open.
It's easy to panic in that situation.
Nice pass. That's deep. And that's going to be a turnover on downs. As if you're Manila's defense, you've done a great job tonight. We had a kick return for a touchdown, Andy.
Yes, sir. Kick return down here probably landed the 35 and kind of just sliced his way through there and never got touched.
So your defense has honestly played
and I think
a great game.
The other time they scored, I do believe Manila had turned it over in plus territory as well. So you're right. The defense has actually played lights out tonight. They really have.
I gave you a shout-out on Cotton Eye Joe.
I'm sitting there looking. We got Dustin Clark and Kurt Overton down here on the 50. I don't know if he's trying to give some other guys some running. Here comes – that was a late flag.
I think these referees are having a hard time reaching these flags tonight.
If that's going to be an unsportsmanlike, it's going to be on number 7 of Manila.
Colton Kisner, if so.
Because he was the only one in the vicinity. He was the last one standing in the back. So that's –
Tell you, Pigot, another blow here. Number 4, Jackson Howe is limping off the field as well. Just not having any luck tonight for Pigot.
You can see Dustin Clark's got his helmet off and looks like maybe drinking some pickle juice or something over here.
There you go. Can't go wrong with the pickle juice. It solves everything. It's a cure for everything. Getting tonight's staff, James Davis, Brandon DeHart, and Marcos Flores.
That's a new one we've got is Marcos past 3 weeks or so. He's decided he wanted to help, and that's him down here. And he said, I'm going to be at the game anyways. I'm like,
might as well do something.
Put you to work, Marcos.
There you go. If anybody else is listening and want to help these guys out.
Let's see what we got here as he's walking over to the sideline. I don't know what get this here. See the official trying to do some. It's trying to do some explanation, but
now I want to know something too here.
A clipping or a chopping?
I truly don't know this, but let me ask you this: if one player has 2 personal fouls in one game, can he play the next game? Is there something in high school about that? Because coaches from Manila are really going to bat for their players right now in a 45-14 game, and that makes me wonder if it's someone who's already had one, and maybe that is I really don't know. I honestly don't know.
Yeah, and I think that's I wish I could go back and look at that play to figure out. I still ain't even got a call from a white hat.
I don't know that we ever did.
The white hat's kind of limping, you see there. He's kind of.
We hope he's okay. That's the last thing we need is the official
Andy,
going down.
I mean, first game of the year we had here had an official taken out by ambulance in midfield.
Oh, man, that's awful.
First quarter. So I still never seen the call from the white hat.
I have no idea. I honestly have.
All I know is it's 1st and 15 for Manila. So
was
it was a 5-yard penalty.
Some sort of chop block if it's already engaged and the guy comes and chops him while he's engaged maybe? I don't know what that was. Now, I can tell you that's a pass, and that's a successful pass.
Colton Kisner there. You know, and that's another thing. If in a quarterback, you know, Tanner Miller, he's got time. Hit him right in the numbers. There's no point of throwing it down low, especially this time in the game. You know, throw it where he can catch it. You don't want to make your receiver work no more, especially up 30, 31 here and late in the ball game.
He definitely had a lot of room there. There wasn't really anybody around him. You know, a better throw where he's up on his feet, he can definitely do something with it. But either way, they got positive yardage and brings up 2nd down and 8, kind of negates the penalty, if you will.
Yeah, you know, McQueen's here on the sideline, Dustin Clark's on the sideline, Kurt Overton's on the sideline. I just wonder if he's kind of not calling the dogs off, but, you know, letting some other kids get some playing time. And this is how kids get playing time.
Yeah.
You know.
I still see the Neals, the Sprays, and the Millers out there, but maybe you're right. You know, you got a couple guys that have had big-time games tonight, those 3 that you mentioned.
Well,
2, 4, and 11, they've been dynamite tonight, and
you know, when you
rest them.
Most of the time you only got so many people for so many positions, especially, you know.
They have depth this year at running back. I'll say that. They do. Manila does seem to have depth this year.
As they're moving back, I guess there was another flag on the flat. I mean, I know the mercy rule is going to go into effect in the 4th quarter, correct?
Actually, if
30
I'm
points.
not mistaken, it's the second half. Is it 35 or is it 30?
It's
Is it 35? Okay, so it's 35. I think it's second half, right? 35 second half? Yeah. I thought so.
If we get our scorekeeper just to change that, we'll get an automatic clock. I'm sure the officials won't mind at all. Shot out of the backfield there is Brian Neal. That's and that's what people are going to want, but I really think that's a clean.
I think it was too. I mean, normally if it's anything face mask or helmet, you see the head turn on something like that as fast as he's going. I didn't really.
I mean, it looked like he really just grabbed him by the top of the shoulder pads, almost like a choke slam. I mean, it's nothing illegal.
As long as he's not horse collaring there or grabbing the face mask, I think he's okay. But it was very close, so I will say that. Of course, we're watching it up here from 70-something yards away in a fogged window, and who knows? But down there it might be something totally different.
I feel like I should be in a deer stand right now.
It does kind of feel that way.
Getting ready to throw an arrow. It does open tomorrow.
There you go. 50 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter.
You know, Manila looking to get that mercy rule in effect. It's going to pitch out to number 12.
That's Spray on that far corner.
And that will be the last play of the 3rd quarter, I would assume.
Should be. Yeah, your play clock's at 35 here. Your game clock's at 22, so it should be.
Is that you see Coach Kane's putting 4 fingers up. He's walking another end. He said, let's go, boys.
Yep.
So what if you're Piggott and you just want to call a timeout here after everybody walks down there? I mean, it's legal.
You want to talk about upsetting some people?
Wait till they get all the way to 1 second and be like, I want to call a timeout.
Yeah. See, my question, which I guess if you're not, it's irrelevant. But my question on that, if people start moving, I know I'm nitpicking here, but seriously, if people on the defensive side start moving past the ball before the clock hits 0, is that not offsides?
Well,
I know I'm nitpicking, but come on, is that not offsides?
All right, Andy. So you see all the time on a 2-point conversion attempt or whatever. You see kids come substituting that are running in. Just hurry up, snap the ball.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
Offsides. Worst could have. I mean, is that a?
Yeah, absolutely. Hurry up and do it, man. Especially if you hadn't substituted anybody, then they're substituting somebody. Man, do it as quick as you can.
And you see a lot of times you can get, but then you have to be set on the other.
Well, that's the thing. And in high school football, some of the hardest thing to do is make sure all your guys are in the right position. Sometimes at this level, at next level, absolutely, but in high school, sometimes you're blessed to just have them in the right position.
You're gonna see some kids here, fans starting to look like we got the Nature Boy Ric Flair music going on here.
Can't beat that.
Where's Ricky Betts at?
I know, right? we need a woo is what we need. We need a loud woo from the crowd.
Throwing out footballs, it looks like to.
One of those got pretty close to us, Scott. I felt confident you had caught that, though.
I'm going to tell them I'm not putting you on camera no more. We didn't get no congratulations or nothing. No, hey, that a boy or.
Right up the middle, and he is possibly going to roll down for a touchdown, but he's not going to be brought down by the 11.
Number 35, Colin Crook. Colin Crook on the carry.
There's a penalty as well down here at the end. Could be a horse collar. I don't know what the.
Yeah, he ain't got a helmet on.
When's the last time Manila scored 45 in a game, man?
Well, we scored 42 at EPC, and they called the dogs off. Started the fourth quarter, but we're already past that point, and
and I'm not saying that like in downing the program or anything, but I can't remember the last time they scored that many.
Colin Crook. Colin Crook. Who is he? 11:51. I still haven't seen. It's going to be on Piggott, but
I would love a signal of some sort. If we could at least just get a signal, would be.
Well, Piggott's coach is not jumping up and down, so I'm going to say it's probably nothing. Just.
Well, yeah. Don't get me wrong. You want to fight for your kids always, but when you're down by this much,
you're like, all right, what's 5 yards?
There comes a point in time where you just enough's enough here. Let's just get through this game.
Lions need to punch it in here. Tanner Miller with the overthrow. He had Kisner in position just to.
Oh, hey, somebody was listening to us. This is good stuff here by Josh McQueen. He says if MHS, Manila High School, scores 3 more points, they will hold the record for most points by a Manila team.
Currently held by 25th.
That's intriguing.
Over Corning.
Yeah. I
didn't know that.
Yeah. That's really intriguing.
This wasn't even thought about then when I was doing.
It's crazy, man.
Andy, we used to have football way back in the day.
Yeah.
Still on his feet.
Number
down
5,
inside the 5. Felipe Lozano.
It's a sophomore.
A matter of fact, Andy, the football field was right over here.
Yeah.
And this, when I say way back in the day, like before I was ever thought about.
Yeah.
Like it's a funny story. My uncle played, and he blew his knee out. And he played for Nettleton. They played Manila. He's like, that football field's still there? I was like, oh, that there ain't no telling what's been there since then. There's been all kind of stuff.
It was ages ago.
It was a pasture for the ag building forever, and the high school baseball field used to be right where we're at over in here. Used to run right along the edge of the gym, and all it's down at the park now. 5 seconds on the play clock. I don't know who had the ball. Brandon Parrish, number 56, big man in the backfield. Hey, that's you get a couple yards,
He's hard to take down now, big old boy. Now, I've noticed several times you would see him at that fullback position. They've been using him at fullback tonight.
And blocking, that's who you want to be behind on a block. Hit somebody You know, so if that's the case with that score, Kurt Overton's extra point is money.
52. That is not a misprint. That is not a miscalculation. That is the score for your hometown Manila Lions, 52-14 over Piggott right now, and it's a good night to be a Lion.
You know, as sitting here, you see the football players jumping up and down, and, you know, the student section is still down there. You see them here, still a whole slew of kids down there.
They're having a good time. It's a party tonight. Now I believe we can have our turbo clock, if you will, our running clock.
We get Parrish down here on the sideline dancing and score a touchdown. You know, that reminds me of a replacement. You know, you get the guys down there in the end zone dancing.
Clapping, and, of course, they can't dance to save their life, and they're having a good time, though.
So, Andy, to show you what we've kind of done.
Yeah, I seen that earlier. I helped set up some of these cameras today, and you
got
to be organized.
A little more organized.
Got to be organized when you're doing the streaming stuff. I promise you, because it saves time, and if not, it'll bug the fire out of you.
And me and Landon, we give each other so much crap more than a married couple probably does. The people are like, "Are you all right?" I'm like, "Trust me, we're fine." Like it's part of it, but we it takes more than one person to do this.
Oh, absolutely.
Wow, like 3 cutbacks in one run there.
I will say, if there's one thing that Manila has not done good tonight, it's kick coverage. My goodness. I bet Piggott has 115 yards in kick returns tonight. I mean, the big one and then several, 20, 25, 30-yarders. It's crazy.
You know, Andy, I'm sitting here looking. Officials back here still limping around.
Yeah, I hope he's okay. We don't have a name for him, but sure hope
he said 8 minutes and 25 seconds. That's all I need to know.
Sure hope he's okay. Last thing you want to see is someone getting hurt out there, especially an official.
Yeah, you know, as of now, I could almost guarantee you don't have many starters left in the game. If you do, it's just because you ain't got no more kids to put in.
Bingo. Wow. What a late adjustment there by Emerson. I don't even think he even knew that ball was coming to him. He just looked up last minute and stopped. He hauled it in, snatched it out of the air.
As you see, the official, he's not worried about going down. He just worried about the clock constantly rolling here.
Yeah. Well, typically, on first downs they do stop for the change to get set, but I guess with the turbo clock it don't even stop for that, I guess.
No, it don't stop for anything.
Maybe an injury? Or obviously timeout.
Timeout, but I don't even –
possibly injury? I don't know.
Maybe. It would probably have to be a –
Man, how about the big arms and big hands of number 71, Wade Evans, a sophomore. He got his paws on him, and he wasn't going anywhere.
Oh, Wade, he's played most of the game, as a sophomore. That's a bright future for Manila. If you see, and Manila has a lot of seniors. If I'm sitting here looking on the roster, you see a lot of 12s.
Yeah, that's big, man. That's big. Daniel Ennis says, "Get ready for Dim Knowles."
That's the last game of the year. Seminoles.
I was going to say, I didn't think y'all. I know y'all played us.
Last game of the year at Osceola.
Okay.
And the quarterback keeper. That's a catch. That's Lozano again on the coverage.
That's Ethan Routher. Good job by Poole. The play action. He sold it, and then he got out in the flats here, rolled out. Good throw on the run, and hit him on the run, just a little low, but Ralph came up with it.
Yeah, Osceola, we've normally struggled with them a lot in the past. But the way we're playing right now, I'm not saying every week's different, but we'll give Osceola all they want.
Here's the thing. Everybody struggled against them. Good job there up the middle. I think that was Emerson again.
We scored more than Osceola has tonight.
Well, yeah. That may be. Now, they are a very talented team. But listen, here's the deal. You got to come out and play. You can't play logos. You can't play paper. You can't play history. It's your best 11 men versus their best 11 men on that given night, and whoever wins, wins. You just never know.
Osceola's I know they played Blytheville this year.
I think their last game was actually I thought they had a game that was a COVID issue, too, and they didn't play. I may be wrong on that, but, yeah. Past 2 were being told. I don't know if – I knew they had 1, I thought, but low snap, man in motion. Ralph, handoff up the middle. Dodges a tackle, but he's going to be swarmed by a slew of Lions. And 5:30 to go with a running clock. We hope everybody's okay down there.
Kind of slow getting up, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. Definitely was. 5:20 and going. Did we lose Landon Thomas? Where'd Lando go?
I'm sure he's around here. He's starting to gather stuff up.
Oh, goodness. Well, if you're a Lions fan, it certainly is a good night. If you're a Mohawk fan, you got a lot to work on, but at least they're still fighting here really late in the game. You love to see that, obviously.
We got Bernard, Lofton. They probably won't score against Osceola.
You never know, Bernard. You just never know, man. You don't know. With high school kids, you don't know what team's going to show up that night, and you can't take anybody. Listen, you can't take anybody for granted any night, I promise you, because you just never know what's going to happen in this game. That's why we love this game so much, man. Hey, every year there's about 7, 8, 9, 10 games a year that you look at the score and you say, what in the world? What in the world happened there? You know what I mean? So it happens, I promise you. It definitely happens, but you never know. And that game's obviously a ways away. I'm not even sure why we're talking about the Manila Osceola. I thought maybe that was next week, and I missed the schedule. I thought we'd come up here next week, but either way, 52-20.
Yeah, y'all come up here next week, and then Manila travels. I believe it's to Harrisburg, and then we will not be doing that game. But Suncom has already contacted us, and they're going to be there. So we try not. We could go, but then you get too many people, and that's the thing.
You wouldn't be able to sit in their press box. It's so crammed up. They have a bunch of space, but there's different rooms, and it's really, really small for each of those. We've been there and done a game, and I think we had to go there this year too, and it's really tough from there. And here comes an onside kick. It's got to go 10 yards before you touch it. Never got there, I don't think. So.
And nobody's touched. I was fixed to say.
Yeah.
That
And that's the team I honestly don't know about is Harrisburg. I really don't know what to expect. I really, really don't know. They, that junior high class, that seniors now had a really good junior high class. Man, they lost some really. I think Samuel Moore's gone from that team. They lost some really good ball players.
And I know they're playing at home tonight.
Yeah, I wonder, did we ever get a score from that game, Harrisburg game? I didn't see one, but and of course, Coach Thornton, really good coach there at Harrisburg. And then they got the Yellville Summit head coach, who's an assistant now. They got some really good coaches over there at Harrisburg. And
I know Chris Farrell's the
he is the AD or superintendent.
Superintendent.
Yeah.
And he's from here.
Yeah, a good man. I've dealt with him a few times.
And I know if we go over, we could probably have somewhere to sit, but it's just you start getting to multiple people and wide open.
Man, you ain't kidding. Great job. That's Billy Morris.
That might be
a face mask at the end.
I don't know that's not going to be more than a face mask. Is the official? It was all intentional. I don't know how that works, Andy.
I think there's definitely going to be a call to a face mask here if we get the signal, and we are getting a signal. There we go. They're back to giving us signals again. I appreciate that. I tell you what, 2:15 to go.
Yeah, Andy, and I was trying to figure out who even threw that ball. As I assume the starting quarterback, Tanner Miller's still in.
I didn't see him on the sideline the last drive.
Yeah, he's still in right now.
Yeah.
So
I'm not sure who the backup quarterback even is, honestly. I don't see another quarterback on the roster.
Probably Felipe Lozanos. He was in junior high. DC, Dustin Clark with a touchdown. Reception in the corner is pedal to the metal.
Yeah. Hey, we were talking about that. Do you let up or do you keep going? And I tell you, Manila, they have decided to keep going here. And, hey, look, it's one of those things. Hey, some people say, well, that may be poor sportsmanship, being up by that much and having your – but, hey, listen, here's you got to stop them. If you can't stop them, you can't really say much. So
no, and that's –
58-20 right now, and we'll see if they go for two to try to hit the 6-0.
I think you do, Andy. I mean, that's what it looks like, don't it? Yeah! 6-0.
A 60 spot, and I don't think anybody saw that one coming, Scott.
I didn't even know our home side went that high.
we weren't sure the scoreboard would actually hit 60 over here at Manila, but it did. It certainly did. But I tell you what, people are going to see this score in the paper tomorrow. They're going to see it on whatever your Fearless Friday, your Hootens, all that stuff. They're going to think, my goodness.
You know, and I wonder if it'll kind of give Manila, like, show them, like, you know, give everybody an idea, but, like, you know, Manila's in, you know, was it 42 sports, whatever, like, actually show up.
Y'all Hootens and stuff like that. Well, here's the deal. You've earned some respect. If you hadn't already earned it, which I thought they did, honestly, in my opinion, but you've definitely earned it tonight. Now, I'm not saying Pickett's world beaters by any means right now. They're going through some tough times, but here's the deal. You have got 60 points any given week. That's big-time stuff. I don't care who you're playing. I don't care who it is. That's big-time stuff.
So –
And we're not going to have a midfield handshake here, it doesn't look like. So that'll be the ball game, Scott. How about that?
Yeah, Coach had them